pancreas. Have a nice day.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Bikes.
Hey, Donnie.
Heard you guys talking about strip clubs and stuff. That's a crazy story.
Big story, yeah. A stripper in Indiana was actually awarded workman's comp for apparently getting injured on the job.
That ain't nothing. I went to a strip club once, man. This stripper passed out, I think, from exhaustion.
Oh, really?
Oh, I swear to God, it took him 8 songs to revive her and stuff.
Wow.
She's doing good now. Strippers are getting desperate nowadays, man.
Why do you say that?
Well, I knew one stripper, Bob, who'd even accept Subway cards if they had at least 3 stamps on them.
These are hard times.
Yeah.
Recession almost.
My Uncle Sonny used to trade free oil changes for lap dances.
No kidding.
But that died when his favorite dancer got a car repoed.
Oh.
And a lot of them take the bus anyways. You know Scotty Winkler?
No.
Yeah.
He has a great story about going to the strip club and hearing the DJ say, "Now, welcome to the stage, tragedy." I swear to God, that was their night, man. They got a biker now. That's the truth. You can look it up. He said, man, she only used the pole to prop up her crutches. So I don't know if she was a good dancer or not. Man, I've never used crutches.
No?
I just bossed once who walked around the hallways on a single crutch. Big puss. I said it right to his face. He said his copay wouldn't cover both crutches. So I sold him one of my putters. They work better anyway. Hell, when I had Tommy John surgery on both knees, I used a putter and a sand wedge. I gotta go.
I don't think you get the Tommy John surgery on your knees. I think
I had a weird one. This had never happened to me before. Last week, just because things have been going so good for me, I actually got thrown in the drunk tank.
Really?
And here was the worst part about it. I'm the first one to admit when I'm drunk, and I was not. What happened was I also enjoy marijuana, and so I'm walking down the street and I hit my marijuana pipe, which was the first right as the cop comes around. Ooh. So instead of writing me a ticket, because I think in Oregon it's not even illegal, he decides to throw me in the drunk tank. Now I suppose being in the drunk tank is bad enough. It's when you're not drunk is a million times worse because it's hobos. It's passed out hobos, and they take your shoes. And if there's anything better smelling than passed out hobos, it's their feet. So you gotta sit there sober, just on this concrete slab, rethinking your life is, and they're not like Otis from Andy Griffith. It's not like that at all.
They're not happy drunks, are they?
Yeah, so things have not been going well. They're going to turn around, though. I'm trying to remain positive, everybody.
Now we have Lord Corrette with us in the studio. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Well, good. You're, let's see, last time we checked, you were a single man.
Yeah.
Still single, I gather?
Still single.
Are you officially divorced? Did that go?
I'm annulled, which is like it never happened.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. The judge said in 30 years he'd never done an annulment. He said, but if you kids want one, I'll give you one. So,
how about that?
Nice.
Yeah, we went for it. Because as you know,
Did you go there
So
together?
an annulment means you get to keep your stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but as you know, my most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Really?
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. I mean, admit it, when you hear the the song Happy Birthday, all you're really thinking is, I'm getting some free cake. During the song, you just wonder what kind it is. Hope it's chocolate for me. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. I only got 2 hands, buddy, and one of them's holding a cigarette. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, what is that, a Skittle?
What was that?
A seed in here? What is this, a treasure map? What's the recipe of fruit cake? Anything but fruit? It's like the baker was just clearing off the counters. Put all that stuff in there. People don't eat this. They just mail it to relatives. We all know cake's bad for us. Sometimes we try and disguise the fact we're having cake. It's breakfast. I can't have cake. I'll have a muffin. You know the difference between a cake and a muffin? What? Nothing. How about those mini muffins? How much denial are we in when we're eating mini muffins? I'm just going to have like 1 or 12. They're so small they don't really count. They're like muffin vitamins. I eat them, I feel like an astronaut. That's why I have them for breakfast. You can't have cake for breakfast unless it's a pancake. How'd that slide through? You're not having cake for breakfast. You're having fried cake with syrup for breakfast. I'll load up on that and try not to nap.
Thank you, Jim Gaffigan. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello. Hello.
Testing.
And hello to you. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Tom. Check. As Jimmy Carter would say, am I saying that right, Tom? Pronouncing that correctly, Tom? Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
And one of our favorite, I think I'm on record, gentlemen, one of our favorite tops that Christy wears. There it is.
Oh, yeah. I needed to pick me up today.
Oh, that's the farmer's house with the salesman. The city slicker comes.
Well, you really like that, that scenario.
Hi, mister.
You don't have to be lonely at ChristyLeave.com.
Is that gingham? Mister, are those?
I stuck it in the first hole and it felt good.
Are you wearing seersucker?
Is that seersucker? How do you spell that?
How's that joke go? There are 3 holes and...
Is the seer the only sucker here?
Hello, Josh. Hello, Willie.
Hey, Chick.
Hello, Ace. Hello, Pat.
Hey, Chick.
Hi, Tom. Back to you, buddy.
Oh, hey, Chick.
It's going to be an interesting day for Pat.
Really?
No power for the last 14 hours, I understand.
Lots of fun last night.
How do you
A little hot?
No air conditioning.
Does this have to do with...
humidity hovering near the 100%
Does this
mark.
have to do with someone paying a bill or something?
No, the whole block's out unless we all messed up.
That block goes out.
Man, I'm sorry. I still, if the cable, if something's wrong with the TV or the lights go out, I go, oh, God, did we pay the bill? To this day.
Cut to yesterday afternoon when Pat's son is beating a transformer with a branch.
Yes.
Boy, he had a rough night.
Hey, watch the sparks.
I bet, man.
Watch the sparks, Daddy. Watch the sparks. Oh, it stopped.
It's so funny when this happens. I said to Pat, well, God, no AC. Did you have a fan? And Pat goes, you need electricity for a fan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I remember the last time all my power went out in the middle of the night.
Oh, you try to turn the lights on?
Yeah, every room you walk in, you flip play and go, oh, wait a minute, that's why I'm carrying a flashlight.
Yeah.
How did we do it as kids? I remember it being a lot easier as a kid.
I don't know.
80 degrees in there. Yeah, that was
We
rough.
did not have air conditioning when I was a kid.
Me neither.
We didn't either.
Just fans.
We didn't
Fans in the window. That's what the windows are for.
That's right.
But again, with no electricity, as I forgot, the fans don't work.
And there was not much of a breeze.
Fan on? Unless you have a harem, those fans will work. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
They by God better work.
Now,
I could really... Why didn't you just go next door? Sam had a generator.
He does have a generator. Yeah, that's what threw me. The lights run at his house.
Should have tried knocking at his door.
Christy, Sam barely lets me in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he let you in? Oh, that's a miracle.
They have a private area over there.
Gotcha.
I've been doing little hangs with Sam in the backyard. It's cool.
Well, you can't. Sam's house is.
This is your brother.
It should be on Hoarders.
Oh, really?
Oh, man, no kidding.
He's a what are they called? Action figure collector. Yeah, not a doll collector. He's an action figure collector.
What is it? Every horizontal surface has something on it.
Are you serious?
I'm totally
yeah.
serious.
He's all the
I
way
had
in.
no idea.
There's hundreds of
Video game characters, comic book characters, superheroes, lost
So you can
characters.
see as a father, I'm a total failure.
That is not true.
I don't understand why anyone would do that, but yeah, there'd be no place for Pat to lie down.
Sorry about that.
You could probably be the garage. No, wait a minute. What I was saying, he has a 2-car garage that nothing fits in but his
I honestly
tools.
thought the power would come back on any second, but that did not happen.
Ah, man, did you get some sleep?
No.
All the more reason to break out a song, huh?
Well, I'd break out a song indeed if I knew where to go. My brain is mush.
Oh, jeez.
Right now. Here's the song. Here's a new one.
Do you know the song "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Not so fast.
Oh,
True enough.
Right?
are they singing that during the games?
Well, I
do
said
they-
not so fast because they
had a cancellation yesterday because of the virus.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is just
first time ever.
Yeah.
A little rough. So we'll see. We'll have that coming up in sporting news.
And sports on this day in sports history, just for Tom.
Oh, we have that again?
Sure.
Oh, and that's one of our new features. I'm
Heck
very
yeah.
excited about
Just
that.
for Tom.
Okay.
But on a serious note, do like the Cubs play old, Harry Carey versions of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"? Or
I don't know.
Someone tweeted at me because I asked if the actual organist is there, and I know at least at Wrigley Field the organist is playing.
Oh, really?
At most stadiums.
Yeah, that article I
that's
was
cool.
reading was saying the woman that went to be outside the stadium,
Okay.
outside in Wrigleyville, and could hear the organs.
And then also, I don't know about other stadiums, but at least at Wrigley, across the street, there are apartments that were kind of turned into places where you could watch the game, and those rooftops are open. So hypothetically, people could be singing during the 7th inning
I gotcha.
stretch.
Cool.
I don't know.
They've limited the number of seats even up there. But I know if you were watching the Reds last night, the Cubs at the Reds, they had those cardboard cutouts of Steve Bartman.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
That was a
Poor Steve Bartman.
All the Chicago legends, Steve Bartman, Rob Blagojevich,
Yeah, all of them.
Didn't he move to Arizona? Wasn't that the scuttlebutt?
The Cubs fans should forever be ashamed of themselves for how they treated that man.
Yeah. It's not.
Well,
Full disclosure.
They ruined
Josh,
a man's life.
Full disclosure, Josh.
Yeah.
You're a Cardinals fan.
Well, sure, but if it were the Cardinals, I would be saying the exact same thing. They ruined a man's life. May as well have killed him. May as well have killed him.
Oh, now that's a little much.
No, I bet he wished he were dead more days than he wished he were alive.
I don't remember the circumstance of the game, but there was something that, come on, the Cubs could have won the series regardless of what Bartman did.
Well, there was a great 30 for 30. A lot of errors were made by the Cubs, and people seem to forget about those. But I had a friend who was in the stadium that night, and he goes, "Oh no, we all wanted to kill him."
Yes, they had escorted him out. They were going. Somebody was going to murder him.
It was a mob mentality.
Remember, this is the stadium in which you can actually see the video of a guy doing a stage dive into a urinal trough.
That's right.
And sliding
Yep.
dozens
That's the city
of
with the
feet.
big shoulders, baby. Chicago.
I've always wanted the guy that did that. If you've ever seen this, I mean, it's so disgusting.
It is rough.
This is this trough of urine.
It
and
looks
this
like
guy
whitewater rafting.
Swan dives. It looks like a slip and slide. So he had to get up. Did he go back to his seat?
Boy, I don't think those around him would let him.
I don't think they would allow him
Hey,
to do
does
that.
Chester smell weird to you guys?
Yeah, what the heck?
God, how do you take a shower in the middle of the game? I don't get
Do you
it.
remember the Bartman outfit with the headphones and the blue Cubs hat and the dark? That was like a Halloween
That
costume.
poor guy. No bigger Cub fan.
No, love the Cubs.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did he change his name?
Yeah, he has Willie Griswold, I think. Is what his name too.
No, but Josh is right. I think that he moved, and a few years ago, the Cubs asked him to throw a pitch out during the World Series run. He would not do it. He refused.
No way.
I don't
Yeah,
blame him.
he would not be a part of it because he just didn't.
Well,
he
I
felt
think
that-
we've learned in our culture that not everybody gets along.
Yeah.
I think there are people now protesting that they're going to go. They're going to stop on green lights and go on red because it's their right. That's the culture we're living in right now. There'd be the 5 random people who would still want to kill him.
Hey, we red lighters have a good point.
Hey.
That's right.
So coming up in the news, we have Today in History and Sports, which is a crackling new feature.
That's right.
It sure is.
Appearing.
Trying to please you at
Okay,
every
good.
turn.
I'm very excited about this. I know we've got something that may make you happy, Chick. We have TikTok news.
I doubt that.
Unless
it's with those videos where they got their dogs talking. Man, that's funny. I can watch that for hours. Rob and Penny and the talking dog and Tatum the talking dog. Man, oh man, that's funny stuff.
What about witches? Do you watch witches on TikTok?
I don't watch. I've had enough personal experience in legal entanglements with witches. I'd rather not. You don't want to piss them off. That's all I know. The witches have a good legal.
Let them calm down.
Good legal backbone. I can tell you that.
We do have witches coming up in the news today. Now, let's see a couple of other things. First off, I should point out that Josh Arnold is here, and Josh is sitting in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
That's right.
It's not just any chair.
He's draped in jewels.
That'd be nice. I'd love to see you draped in jewels.
Treasure bath?
One of those Cleopatra headpieces.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Jewels for bangs.
Just for one day.
Let's ask Steven if I can get one of those.
Yeah.
The Cleopatra headdress.
And one of those armbands like a
I think I
snake
can
with a
step in
ruby in
here
its
and
mouth.
give you a big no right now. Save everyone a
Come on,
lot
at least
of
an
time.
armband with a snake and a ruby in its mouth. Mm-hmm. You know?
The Bob and Tom Crown jewels.
The asp.
The asp, yeah.
The snake. The asp. A friend to every crossword puzzle user.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Man, oh man, I wish you'd find another little hobby. God bless America.
Well, I'm just saying, there are certain words that come up constantly. French Fashion Magazine, L, that's in every day.
Chick, do you want him to get another hobby?
Anything.
You know, people don't respect the road bike, but really.
Those tires are thick and safe.
Okay, now, what else have you got coming up, Christy?
Well, we have, a strip club drive-thru in Houston. I don't really understand how that works, but I guess they're doing whatever they can to stay in business.
Doesn't Amsterdam have the walk-by strip club, right? Don't they have the windows?
Walk-by?
Well, that's a sex
brothel?
Worker, professional.
But that's more of an advertisement.
Yeah.
Not really a transaction.
No, when you window shop in Amsterdam in those red light districts, you are paying for.
And I don't know, are they open? I don't know what the.
I don't know
question.
either. Yeah.
Well, there's a window already. They're social distance and didn't even know it.
No, but I mean, for the transaction itself, I think that we've had many news stories about this, that the intimacy factor has to be decreased significantly.
Well, you know, that's why they
things
put
like glory holes, et cetera, et cetera.
They put the heels on the glass, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll find out about where was the drive-thru?
In Houston.
Yeah,
we haven't heard that in a while.
In months.
You know what? Some would disagree.
Today is also National Milk Chocolate Day.
Oh, okay.
We have chocolate chips in the news.
Oh,
we do?
Those are semi-sweet, aren't they?
Depends. You can get different kinds.
I said this last night at my daughter's birthday party. They had strawberry and chocolate peanut butter caramel cupcakes. Just for Dad. And I said, "Wow, they have two of my favorite flavors." And Ellie goes, "Those are 4 flavors." I go, no. I count chocolate, peanut butter, caramel, all one flavor. And then strawberry. Yeah.
That was all in one cupcake?
Oh.
So they didn't have like a big cake and blowing of the candles and that sort of thing?
No, not last night. No.
Okay, so you're perfectly safe. Because blowing the candles right now, not safe.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you got to get the cake cover, right, with the holes for the candles.
Hey, I'm working on that.
A leaf blower.
That's right.
I'm working on that too.
Take a leaf blower, blow out the candles.
Blower, just ruin it.
Yeah, get a hold of a leaf blower. They're very popular.
That's like a Charlie Chaplin bit with a leaf from blowing the cake off the table.
Oh, I know where you can find a leaf blower around 6:30 a.m. on a Saturday.
Or 1:30 a.m. in certain cities.
Looking at you, Ken.
We will be coming right back with this and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison with you on a Tuesday morning. It's the 28th of July, 2020. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning. Got a great show lined up for you as well. Kostaki Economopoulos with his Economonologues. And later this morning, we'll catch up with Pat McGann, his streaming comedy special, When's Mom Gonna Be Home? Hey, when's Mom going to be home? That's the name of it. Coming up, Pat McGann and Kostaki Economopoulos on a Tuesday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. According to Sharon Osbourne, she put together Ozfest after Lollapalooza organizers told her they didn't want Ozzy Osbourne because he wasn't cool enough. She made her comments during the upcoming special biography, The 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. It will run September 7th on A&E. Besides interviews with Ozzy's family, the special also includes interviews with Ice-T, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Jonathan Davis of Korn, and Post Malone. Speaking of Lollapalooza, Porno for Pyros will reunite for the first time in 24 years for a virtual version of Lollapalooza this weekend. Perry Farrell will host conversations with Lars Ulrich of Metallica, Chuck D, and other guests. LL Cool J, J. Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters, and Common will make appearances, and performances from previous Lollapalooza will be featured, including sets from Paul McCartney, Arcade Fire, Chance the Rapper, and Outkast. The full schedule will be revealed tomorrow. The virtual Lollapalooza runs Thursday through Sunday on the Lollapalooza YouTube channel. And Joe Jonas is delighted to announce he's a dad, but that's all you're going to get out of him. He and his wife, Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner, announced the birth of their first child yesterday. They gave no other details. Jonas and Turner were married last year. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You don't remember Dr. Frank King?
No, I don't remember Dr. Frank King. What did he do with Sundials?
Oh, he's a 76-year-old fellow at the Computer Science Institute of Churchill College. And, of course, he's chair of the British Sundial Society.
How many people are in the Sundial Society?
That has to be the most boring meeting.
I remember we did this story. Isn't the story essentially people aren't relying on sundials as much as they once were? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, he wants to get young people interested in sundials.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Your girl complains about the way you love her. It's just the same old mattress dance each time. Nothing's ever new. Wham bam and you are through. Well, why not try these moves I found online? Do the Cleveland steamer or try the donkey punch. The old Egyptian tea bag could be the perfect lunch. She'll love a Gaylord Perry or the old rusty trombone. And a German knuckle cake will really make her moan. She thinks you're immature and sometimes boring. So spice things up and cruise the internet. Google will retrieve some things you won't believe. So give your girl a night she won't forget. Do the dirty Sanchez or try the change machine. The Pasadena mudslide will really make her scream. Try a Roman helmet or the good old minivan. Or do a Pittsburgh platter to prove that you're the man. The old Moroccan meatball, a Bulgarian gas mask. The Alabama Hot Pocket, it's best she doesn't ask. The disappearing panda or the raspberry beret. The San Juan Capistrano just might make her day. Give her the dirty muskie or try the snowmobile. I'm sure a Boston pancake will really make her squeal. Do the big boy combo or the old Swiss Army knife. And if she likes the fish hook, make this girl your wife. Cleveland steam your wife.
Hey, look at that. at 6:20 on the button at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Don't forget some serious cash coming up by listening to Q95 today. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Partly cloudy today, high 82. Clear tonight, down to 63. Sunshine and 87 tomorrow. 71 currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Once again, money for nothing, we call it. And the nothing is just hanging out. Keep the radio on. You're shot at $1,000 coming up many times today on Q95. Welcome back. Let's see. That feels perfect right there. Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show. That's Ace. That's Chick. I'm Tom. In the big room. Also joining us in the big room, it's Josh Arnold in the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair.
Hello.
It's a good time for some jewelry, don't you think? Everything else
Always
is going
a good
wrong.
time.
Yeah. Never a dull moment. We'll talk to them about Steven Singer jewelry coming up. That's Christy Lee weighing in from the little Christy Lee Aquarium.
Yes.
Now, behind the glass over there, socially distanced, the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. In the bubble over there, it's Willie G. In the bubble over there, coming to us from the other building, it's Pat Godwin, having had no sleep and no electricity for the last 15 hours, I believe it is.
Yikes.
You doing okay, Pat? And
Yeah, I suited up. I'm ready for battle.
Wallowing in the air conditioning over there?
Oh, this is beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, you got mail, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, two mails.
Oh, my.
Thank
Popular
you.
man. Yeah.
Busy morning.
One of the letters is turn off your audio on.
That's another way to do
That's
that.
the second one. So anyway, we were talking about cardboard cutouts. Have you seen any of these? Have you watched any of the
I
highlights?
haven't watched any of them.
It is pretty funny. They have
I saw the video of the Philly Fanatic giving the business to a Marlins cardboard cutout. That was pretty good.
Oh,
I was wondering. I haven't seen one. Do they have that Rainbow Frode guy? Is he anywhere with the John?
I haven't seen him yet.
John 17, 18,
316.
Will he still show up?
I think he may be. I think he may have joined the.
That's like really.
Oh, really?
Over the rainbow.
Did John sleep in like 3:16? That's late in the day, right? Why would he up at like 1:45, 2 o'clock?
Was that a franchise or was that just one guy? But I haven't seen him in the cardboard cutout section yet. But we do turn right now to the sports page with our sports director, Chick McGee.
What was that clearing of the throat?
Oh, that was a weird time.
Yeah.
That was odd.
As if.
Anyway, thank you, Tom. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has sent a letter to fans outlining the league's plans to play during the pandemic.
Dictated, not read.
Veterans began reporting to training camps this week. Goodell noted Monday how COVID-19 has turned our world upside down.
Oh, thanks for the news, Goodell.
He wrote, the pandemic will continue to present a major challenge to those
More tripe.
The league, yes, tripe, no tripe, nothing but the tripe. The league and the Players Union reached agreement on a plan last Friday, which is amazing. They reached an agreement on anything. After all preseason games canceled, team facilities shut down by Goodell in late March, only begin reopening on a cautious basis this summer. Goodell stressed the need for adaptability, all levels, citing how a virtual draft held in April. They have opted not to create a bubble environment in the NFL, something the NHL, we'll get to in a second, NBA, WNBA, soccer have all done. NFL is more close to the MLB guidelines they're using during, and of course, MLB yesterday had to cancel a game because there was an outbreak of the virus. So,
2 games.
And the NFL is having trouble reconciling their situation in Major League Baseball, and they're going to do the same plan. So they're kind of worried that. One player has already opted out of playing the season, a defensive end for the Washington football team, or as they say on the Washington football team, go team go. I'm afraid of getting sick, so Caleb Brantley has opted out of the season. He's going to get $400,000 for opting out. So.
Okay.
Can I
way to fight on? Way to fight on.
Wait, I opted out. I'm not playing this season.
No. You weren't opted in to start with.
Yeah. 600 a week is one thing, but 400,000. Hold on.
400 grand for the season. So, and as Tom can't wait to get to, yes, the Marlins, their game canceled yesterday because of the Blue Jays. More than a dozen Miami Marlins players, staff members tested positive for COVID. An outbreak that stranded the team in Philly, disrupting Major League Baseball's schedule on just the 5th day of the pandemic-delayed season.
Kind of bound to happen. They'll work this out.
And Miami's home opener against Baltimore postponed.
Will they be able to, since there's no minor leagues right now, are the guys just keeping in shape and what's going on there? I mean, they'll have
what?
They
What
expanded the
are you
rosters.
saying? What are you trying to say?
If they have to pull up 10 new guys.
Oh, I see.
I don't know how many, but they did expand the rosters.
Okay. So, okay.
And there were 8 Marlins who tested positive.
9.
Right? 9? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
However, the national
Major League Baseball results Sunday. COVID-19, Miami 9.
That's exactly right. And meanwhile, the National Hockey League, as we've covered, they're doing the bubble. They reported 0 players testing positive for the virus last week. The league says it administered 4,256 tests to more than 800 players.
That's great.
That is great.
From July 18th through the 25th, 2 players tested positive during the first week of training camp, July 13th through the 17th. Players and staff from the 24 teams participating in the expanded Stanley Cup playoffs traveled to the hubs of Toronto and Edmonton O'Brien on Sunday. That's just for me.
One. I don't know. The fighting Edmonton O'Briens. Anybody get that?
No.
Anybody get
they're now in a quarantine bubble and will be tested daily after every other day testing during training camp in the bubble.
And games start Saturday and Sunday.
That's exactly right. And the Vikings
Edmund
have announced.
O'Brien, of course.
Great actor.
The actor who.
Marginal.
I'm trying to think of anything he actually appeared in.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Just some old character actor?
The movie.
He was in The Wild Bunch.
He was?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. He's in a bunch of great moves.
Yeah, he's got a very...
I just watched The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance over the weekend. What a great movie.
He's got a very severe look.
Yes, he does.
Old Western.
He's got that glare, bushy eyebrow glare.
Had that look.
Yeah.
Right. He was in The Barefoot Contessa.
Oh.
Boy, it's hard to say that. Don't say that. Don't say that 10 times fast, or we're going to get fired.
Sometimes you guys talk about stuff. I just have no idea what you're saying.
I'm with you, Willie, sometimes too.
I may have just wanted to say Barefoot Contessa.
Oh, yeah?
Isn't she a
That's a
chef?
cooking show, right?
Yeah, thank you, Pat.
No, but
now
it was a movie before it.
Oh, it was?
And she, the Barefoot Contessa, the actor,
I want to say Hepburn.
The chef who does that bought a cooking shop called that. And
gotcha.
Took the name and is very popular.
Yeah, that is Bogey, isn't it?
I'll tell you, Edmund O'Brien, fascinatingly enough, you'll know this one, Willie.
Yeah?
Trained as a musician by his next door neighbor, Harry Houdini. True.
Is that really true?
That is true.
Every time I went to borrow a cup of sugar, he'd disappear.
Cheap, that man.
Major League Baseball winners yesterday. We had some games, real honest games that count in the stats for all time. Let that rumble around in your brain for a little bit. Toronto, Tampa Bay, and Mets win in the Interleague play. Tom, they're having the Interleague play this season, of course.
Already.
American League winners, Oakland, Houston, and Kansas City. And the National League, San Diego, the Cubs, and Milwaukee. Your Cubs win, Willie. And
wow, they're off to a pretty good start, aren't they?
There you go.
Yeah. This is all going to have some massive asterisk by it at the end of it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
They say no. Well, they say it's just they're going to have a special
There's
section.
some weird stat. No team has ever won more than 3 games in a row at the beginning of the season since like 52 or something.
Really?
No kidding?
Yeah, it's a crazy stat.
It's just 3?
It's something like that. Yeah, I saw that. I'll dig it up. I saw that yesterday.
I don't think the Orioles started with some crazy streak.
Yeah, I thought there'd been a huge streak,
right?
But apparently not. I don't know what.
Not right off the bat, huh?
I'll have to dig it
so
up.
to speak.
Yes, thank you. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to play the Chick McGee home game.
Okay.
Today
No,
is
Are you opting out?
The Ruh-Roh game.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. When I give you...
This is the Plinko of the Chick McGee home game.
Oh, play the Ruh-Roh Chick McGee game. Well, today's your lucky day. When I say your cue is coronavirus.
Okay.
When you hear that word, go Ruh-Roh.
All right.
Okay?
Check.
This is fun.
Minnesota Vikings have announced that their vice president of sports medicine has tested positive for the coronavirus. See?
So
We're having fun now, aren't we?
If you want to see this story, Google irony.
Ruh-roh. The team made the announcement of Eric Sugarman. Oh, the Sugarman.
He's a sweet guy.
Isn't he? Yeah, that's nice.
Sweet man. He's also in charge of the organization's virus prevention strategy.
How's that going?
That was a bonus, Ruh-roh. He said that both he and his family are quarantined and currently experiencing mild symptoms. And can you imagine losing your taste of smell and what else? Taste?
Taste
no
of
smell, no taste.
Oh, sure.
That's crazy.
I've had that. You've had that with flus and stuff, haven't you?
Oh, they cut my
Sinus
nose.
infections.
My nose was stuffed up.
Right.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy that had this, and he said it was just amazing. All of a sudden, one day, nothing.
Really?
Weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think anybody that doesn't have a good grasp on the English language has ever told their doctor, I'm having really spicy symptoms? I just don't know.
I have spicy symptoms, doctor.
I can only imagine. Talked to an ER doctor. We've discussed this before. I was talking to an ER doctor friend of mine about something, and he said very often, depending on where one's practice is, ladies will come in, and if they have an issue in the realm of feminine areas,
Yes.
The bathing suit area?
they will refer to it as, quote, down there.
Of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it would be great if you had a doctor who only used the street terms.
Mm-hmm.
Never used anything.
That's a little.
Your hoochie mama.
Well, we're going to have to do some pecker analysis.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Would you run screaming from that doctor?
That's the whole point. I mean,
let's get a good look at that weenie.
Get it out.
Oh, wow, look at that. Nice little penis. Okay.
how are things down there? Okay.
All right.
Sorry. So this guy's name is Sugarman, and he's the doctor for the Vikings.
About 4 hours after announcing Sugarman's positive test results, the Vikes placed 4 rookies, including first-round draft pick wide receiver Justin Jefferson, Double J, on the league's newly created coronavirus reserve list. The team said those players were not infected by Sugarman. Even though...
Sugarman also tested for diabetes. Yeah. As one would expect.
Yeah.
I have a question.
He's too sweet.
And I don't... I'm sure this is a stupid question because sports is not my lane.
Not like mine.
Are they going to have to all do... Are they going to be able to have a traditional huddle in football?
You're asking a question that no one knows the answer to. I'm going to say yes. They're going to have the traditional lines of scrimmage, which are, I don't know, 16 inches apart at most.
Okay. I'm just curious.
That's a stupid question.
Like
That's
Richard,
the stupidest question I've ever heard.
There are no stupid questions.
Yes.
No, there are. Have you ever been to one of our meetings? Yeah, there are stupid questions.
No, like Richard Sherman pointed out, it's going to be kind of funny to see a full tackle football game, people wrapping each other up and blocking each other, and then afterwards, they're just going to have to walk to their own locker rooms, and they're not allowed to trade jerseys. It's insane. These rules they're making are totally asinine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just wondering if...
You put your head up. You're supposed to have your head up right between the numbers.
So this guy from the Vikings has it now.
Yes.
Because probably pillaging without a mask on.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, the other stuff
these
too.
guys. Okay. How many times have you gotten out of your car, you go to walk in a place, you get to the door and go, oh! You have to go back and get the mask every day.
Yeah, but who cares?
No, I'm just saying. My point, Willie, is that I'm an idiot, and I should just attach it to I should get one of those chains like people have for their glasses.
Well, now everybody's doing it with the loop over their ear, and it just hangs down.
Yeah, that's a bad.
They say, and I'm not doing this, but they say that you should be wearing it when you leave the house, and you don't take it off until you're back in your house.
What?
You're not supposed to be taking it on and off because you're touching it so much and all that.
No,
I'm not doing that.
Well, that's what they're saying. I'm just
saying that.
Dr. Kildare
in the car, huh?
Dr. Kildare.
Was he on TV too?
No, I was just super happy because earlier my dad admitted he was an idiot, and I thought we were going to relish in that. I thought we were going to enjoy that altogether.
My question was, are they going to have to do all no-huddle offense? I mean, I'm just asking. That's kind of the sort of
the Kansas City Chiefs offense, the choir, if you will, offense, where there are 2 lines in front of the quarterback. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That'd be cool. They could turn around and break in.
But you have to get 6 feet away from him, and then the defense would hear the quarterback.
All right, guys, we're gonna blitz.
Well, I think there's
hey, we got a long pass play coming, pass rush.
I don't know. I think maybe the Chiefs are so good they could probably just before the play, Mahomes gets back and goes,
all right, here's what we're doing, fellas. You go that way.
And you try and stop us.
You try and stay. Yeah, thank you.
I always wanted a team to be so good that they didn't huddle and they did just announce what they were going to do and then did it successfully.
That's what the good teams say. You know what we're going to do.
That seems to be the American war strategy in the last 30 years. USA Today has, here's where the invasion is.
Yeah, hey, thanks, guys.
Yes, I'm not much of a military statistician.
Did you see this on CNN?
What happened to just being quiet about it?
I like how earlier you're talking about football and you go, now I know this isn't my lane, and now you're just going into war strategy.
No, but I remember the days that you'd open up the paper. Oh, well.
That's what they did.
I guess it's not a surprise attack, huh?
Every general just ripping off their stars and
general's Facebook status.
Hey, could we get the reporters out of the room where it happens? Just saying, little secrecy is okay with me. Sorry, I'm out of my lane again. Sorry, back to you.
You're very passionate.
He is.
Just seems kind of comical when they do that sort of thing.
Time now for Today in Sports History.
Oh, I like that echo effect they put on.
Just for Tom.
Is this a quiz?
No. Who was born on this day in 1943? He was an NBA champion, two-time NBA champion. 43 would have been right in Tom's wheelhouse, probably winning championships when he was going to
Nate Thurmond
college in this city. Wait. Shut up, you're looking right at it. I'm surprised you haven't blurted it out yet.
New York Nick?
Yeah, this Knickerbocker's eyes are glad to see
famous for wearing fur coat?
No.
Fur coat?
No. 43.
Big brain.
Pat, if you know it, say it.
You're getting it.
Bradley.
I think he went to Princeton.
Oh, yeah. Bill Bradley?
Bill Bradley, 1943. $1 Bill Bradley. Boy, there's a nickname that instills fear in no one. Oh, $1 bill, huh? Uh-oh, here he comes.
Better watch out. This guy's got $1.
Also,
Panhandler's favorite player.
Vita Blue in 1949, also his birthday. And Manu Ginobili in 1970. Manu.
All right.
1977. And, of course, West Indies cricket fast bowler.
Yes.
Yes, who was that?
Nixon McNamara McLean.
McLean, of course.
Yeah, the Mac.
Well, Nixon Agnew. Lodge.
Danish footballer.
Nixon McNamara.
Boy, is this list worthless or is it me? Heinrich Hansen, famous Danish footballer. What the hell?
Well, see, not everyone who goes on Wikipedia is from the United States, you see, Chick. There are other people in other countries.
Well, I think we should clamp down on that and start talking about those sneak attacks you're talking about over there.
I'll tell you what, with all of the things going on in the world
record's
right now,
coming up, buddy.
might be a really good time to maybe you're I don't know, getting maybe you're not doing the things you should be doing to maintain your personal relationships.
Did you get the virus from your mistress? Well, what a nice way to say I'm sorry. Giving your wife a nice bobble from Steven Singer.
That's right. We've got Josh is sitting at the IHateStevenSinger.com.
That's right.
Sidekick chair. And this really is a great time to do something. It's something unexpected. How would it be when you hand her a little box? Hey, look at this. This is nice. Steven Singer's been selling diamonds and jewelry, especially bridal jewelry, for over 4 decades. Steven Singer is found by going to IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers, because Steven wants you to do something extra special right now. Now, maybe you're engaged. Steven is there for you. They've got the Ready for Love engagement ring collection. No hassle, no risk. Of course, because Steven has the famous 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee and free shipping. And interest-free financing is available online. That's just the beginning. Check it out by going to IHateStevenSinger.com. Whatever the occasion, just a surprise, maybe a surprise set of earrings, a nice surprise bracelet right now going, hey, I know you're going through this. I'm going through this. Let's get through this together. A little something to remember these somewhat hard times by. It's easy. Once again, IHateStevenSinger.com. Fast, free, and safe shipping. Steven Singer Jewelers. And don't forget that guarantee, 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee and free shipping. You've got nothing to lose. Spend a few minutes today. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Coming up, we have laundry in the news.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Of all random things. Also, we have a world record. I'm going to give you a hint. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, stop! No, no.
I got it, Buddy Holly.
No, I know I've said this. I know I've said this. Yeah, Buddy Holly. You know I've said this many
is the
times.
Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning on a Tuesday morning, the 28th of July. We are here social distancing as well, zooming in people and having fun while we do it. Kostaki Economopoulos will be zooming in later today, as well as Pat McGann, I think, on the phone. He's got a new streaming comedy special. When's Mom going to be home? We'll find out about that with Pat coming up this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Winners in interleague action yesterday. Toronto, Tampa Bay, and the Mets. Yankees at Philly and Baltimore at Miami postponed. American League winners, Oakland, Houston, and Kansas City. National League, San Diego, Chicago, and Milwaukee. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has sent a letter to fans outlining the league's plans to play during the pandemic. He wrote that COVID-19 is continuing to present a major challenge to nearly every area of American life, and the NFL is no exception. They have opted not to create a bubble environment, something the NHL, NBA, WNBA, and soccer have done, with Major League Baseball experiencing many difficulties on its first weekend of play with a plan similar to the NFL's. The National Hockey League reported 0 players tested positive for the virus last weekend. The league says it administered a total of over 4,200 tests. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Cubs trainer now comes out of the dugout, takes Schwarzenegger's temperature, gives the thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's the pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Cueto fields it, reaches for the hand sanitizer, disinfects the ball, and shovels it to first base.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air, it's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I got thrown out of J.C. Penney the other day.
Really?
Yeah, fondling up the mannequins. You believe that? And that ain't my fault. Have you seen the mannequins in there?
Uh-huh.
And they taunt you, too. They got the little short skirt on, the arm up, kind of waving you over. You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Get sick, turn my stomach, throw up, chuck, pray to the porcelain god. Barf, belch, bail out, blow chunks, lose lunch, vomit, feed the fish, and heave a log. Evacuate all you ate, wretch, Ralph figure.
646 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
With an update in the weather forecast, it's the lovely country style Christy Lee.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, partly cloudy, 82 today. Clear tonight down to 63. Sunshine Wednesday, high 87. There is a slight chance of maybe a pop-up shower today, but we have 71 humid degrees currently.
Yesterday, briefly, sideways rain.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
It got nom-like.
It did.
Keep listening for your shot at $1,000 on Q95. That's right, coming up today. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. This room, I'll tell you what, the handsome factor, unbelievable.
Don't we all look good? My goodness. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Everybody wearing black shirts, except for Tom.
Yeah, and I've got this is actually a dark blue. But
okay.
Yeah, that's some quality radio. Now let's delineate shirt color.
You started You absolutely have said we're going to go by shirt color.
I'm doing the intros by shirt color. We'll start with the
jerk.
Blackest shirt is, what color shirts is Chick?
Black?
Black?
I can't see it. Can you stand up for a second?
No. There.
Chick, Ace, Josh. That's the order.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Pat.
Josh is, of course, in his post, the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair.
Indeed.
This is Tom speaking in the khaki today. Willie G in the gray. And Christy in her very sexy country girl.
Well, I don't know, mister.
Plaid
Are you
shirt.
from the big city? I've never seen shoes shine like that before. That must take a lot of motion like this. Do you ever move your hand like this? I like to move my hand like this, mister.
What is wrong with you?
Man, he is round the bend.
I don't know.
See what happens if I don't jump in? He's down the road.
Can you help me? This button seems to be a little bit loose. No, the one down there.
Oh, boy. Wow.
And that's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Can you please start writing short fiction? I would love to read your short stories.
By the way, we have Pat Godwin over there with his monogram shirt. Willie, I'm not sure you know this, but Chick once found, written in longhand, his father had composed some pornographic short stories.
Erotic fiction, not pornographic, erotic.
Yeah.
Two things I regret over the years, telling people I was a Washington Football Club fan.
Yeah.
And telling this story. It was about every 7 to 8 days.
How deep did you go into the reading of them?
I read a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got curious.
Yeah, I would imagine.
My dad kind of printed like with a block printing style. It was very, very unique. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What was the theme, may I ask?
I believe a hitchhiker was involved.
Oh, boy.
I think.
Well, that's pretty hot.
Was the hitchhiker...
Go ahead, ask.
Was he picked up by a lady?
Male or female?
The male. He was written from the hitchhiker's perspective. I think he got in with her.
Oh,
okay. I was just going to say.
Well, you want to know? Yeah. And
I'm just saying, why is this song called...
Offered him a hand.
Time at Buggery Gulch. Kind of a Western theme.
Buggery Gulch.
You know... Are you trying to be sexy? I don't know what you're trying to do right now.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, that's not the most embarrassing thing. In case he still, well, I guess he knows now, for those of you who believe that sort of thing. But I tried to thread the film projector in their bedroom, and that was the monumental problem. I put the projector burned the film in half, and I just put it back in the can and put everything back to in the locked wardrobe.
So they
never said anything to me.
They had like an 8mm projector with
right. You started up.
These were pornographic movies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the titles?
I don't.
Well, but that just shows that, I mean, these kids today, not only did we have to walk 40 miles to school in the snow, but if you wanted to watch pornography, you had to
they got to release.
Remember the AV Club.
Yeah.
Right. It's why Willie and I will never fully connect as people, because he had a different
VCR?
Formative. Yeah.
I've been watching porn on my phone since I was 13.
See? There you go.
If that's not the quote of the day, I'll kiss your ass.
Man, reality smacks you, doesn't it?
But back in the day, you had to really want it. You get a projector, learn how to use it, thread the thing.
Yes.
I did not have one, I know.
I think that's why magazines were so much more popular.
And the screen, remember the screen had that smell?
Oh, I love that smell. What is that?
I don't know.
I think I loved it because at school, whenever they'd break out the screen, it meant, the tedium is over. We get to kick back and watch a movie.
And they turn the lights out and you go, oh boy, a film. And that would be like a film strip.
Would they show you guys those incredibly violent graphic driver's ed?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Man.
They were awful.
Those were gone by the time I took driver's ed.
Oh, really?
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they still, like, when I was in drug education, they would show these videos to be like, there are terrible drugs, like marijuana and heroin. Like, everything was on the same level. It was insane.
Now,
that's my first I was, somewhat famous I would regale the students with my own narration of film strip.
That's a classic. Sort of
That's how you started, right?
Mystery Science Theater did?
That's right.
Well, there was the famous film strip guy.
Oh, yes.
And we have a little piece about film strip guy.
Awesome.
Let's give it a listen.
From Chicago, comedian Mike Toomey here with us. How's winter treating you? It's been rough all over the country. It's been
really horrible.
Hot where it's supposed to be cold where it's supposed to be hot.
Driving in this blizzard, last week we got nailed with it, and I'm sliding. And this is the weirdest thing. This is where you start trying to apply your driver education skills to actual driving 30 years later or 20 years later. I'm sliding off the road, and this voice comes back in my head. Remember the films, the old...
Yeah.
When your car starts to slide, steer in the direction of the skid. Which I'm skidding towards an oncoming semi in the direction. It's that philosophy, when someone shoots you, move in the direction of the bullet.
That's that guy. I haven't heard. I'm getting all teary-eyed.
Fall directly on the knife. You know that guy, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to kill that guy. I mean, my nightmares I'd hear is because he did all the anti-drug films that they made in the 50s and never updated. At least when I was in high school, still running strong. The black and white, the kid with the crew cut. Billy got mixed up with the wrong bunch of boys. They want Billy to sample marijuana. Careful, Bill. It's the devil. Billy succumbs to peer pressure and underestimates the power of the evil weed. Look out, Bill. You can't stop that locomotive with your face.
Mike Toomey, that's that voice.
So good.
And there was all the famous. I saw them after the fact, but they had those 50s era nuclear strike videos with.
God, those are so funny.
The black and white. And
duck and cover.
They are accidentally funny.
Getting underneath
and
your
your desk is going to protect you.
I mean, that's all real stuff.
Yeah, and they'll show those on Turner Classic Movies real early in the morning between films, and I try to record them, so they're insane.
But that guy's delivery just...
yeah.
Do you remember
Get under the desk before the nuclear heat wave.
70,000 people will be vaporized in a tenth of a second, but duck and cover.
Yeah.
But again, this is all leading to the fact that today everything is there at the touch of a button, and it's sure working swell, isn't it?
Do you remember when the girls were taken away for their own film? Their own private little film?
We had
menstruation.
We had sex eds in elementary school, very advanced.
Really?
Yes.
Co-ed, or did they separate boys and girls?
At one point, they separated them.
Yeah.
And I would mention my friend's name, but my friend, I'll just call him Bobby. I can't mention his name because he literally is a very distinguished college professor now, somewhere in our listening area. And he and I were asked to leave Because,
what did you do?
Oh, I can only imagine.
You ever see those those maps they'd pull down, and there'd be like a rack of 5 of them, and they could pull one down, then put it up,
of
one
course.
behind it. Miss Custer was her name. I'm not kidding. She was a noctogenarian, very elderly woman who was the sex ed teacher in the Shaker Heights.
She would have the little pointer thing.
And she would pull down and there would be various charts of the human anatomy. And when she pulled down the one of an erect male member, a little too much for our 10-year-old.
Was it erect?
You guys couldn't take it, huh?
No.
Time out.
Yeah.
It was erect?
Yeah, there was a whole sequence of them. They're very advanced.
I would love to get one of those pull down sex ed maps.
Oh, there have to be antique collectors that have some of those. From
Our
back
teacher
in the
was
day.
using what did they call the overhead projectors?
Oh yeah,
and she put she put the picture of the naked man on it. And it was upside down, so it looked like he was erect. And my friend Brian and I lost our mind.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's way too immature for this. And that immaturity has stayed with us to this day, which is why, once again, the mission statement of the Bob and Tom Show is,
coming up, a special bonus edition of Ruh-Roh, Chick McGee home game, and stupid, muy stupid world record.
You look almost mad about them.
Oh,
it's a good one. There's your hint. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, in case you missed it, the Bob and Tom Show will replay today's show all day, beginning at 1 p.m. until 1 a.m. It's Bob and Tom's all-day replay, hosted by Christopher, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. We'll replay the show back-to-back, and then again, back-to-back. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Shares are trading higher in Asia after U.S. stocks resumed their upward march on Wall Street, while the price of gold pushed to new record highs. Stocks climbed Tuesday in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Shanghai after the S&P 500 rose 0.7% overnight. Much attention will be focused on a 2-day meeting for the Federal Reserve on interest rates that starts today. Hopes for more help for the American economy have risen as Congress debates another stimulus package as well. U.S. health officials are warning Americans again to avoid a growing list of imported hand sanitizers that may be contaminated with the toxic chemical methanol. The Food and Drug Administration announced yesterday there have been increasing reports of injury due to people using, sometimes even ingesting, the unauthorized sanitizers, which can lead to blindness, heart problems, and death. The active ingredient that kills germs in legitimate sanitizers is ethyl alcohol, which is consumable, but some Mexican companies have been replacing it with poisonous methanol or wood alcohol, which is used in antifreeze. And NASA is upping the ante with its newest rover headed to Mars. Set to rocket away this week from Florida, the spacecraft named Perseverance is NASA's brawniest, brainiest Martian rover yet. It sports the latest landing tech, plus the most cameras and microphones ever assembled to capture the sights and sounds of Mars. With 8 successful Mars landings, NASA is shooting for its riskiest touchdown site by far, an ancient river delta full of boulders and cliffs that may harbor signs of ancient life. It's the third and final mission to Mars this summer after the United Arab Emirates and China. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Last call, announced the barkeep, and then their eyes did meet. Betty the bearded lady and Tom the 4-inch freak. No relation to you, Tom. Tom lowered his voice and made a pass. What are you doing later? Betty thought as she stroked her beard. Nothing, sweet potato. People pointed, jokes were made, but it fell on 4 deaf ears. Tom thrust his tiny shoulders back and ignored the painful jeers. Betty, he said, the world can be such a cruel, unfeeling place. She said, I know, my little pumpkin, and kissed his tiny face. She carried him through the parking lot to the woods that lay beyond. Never before had either felt such an instant common bond. Betty, he said, gazing down at his tiny platform shoe. Tonight I would like nothing more than to make sweet love to you. She said, I'm a virgin. He said, so am I. She said, don't you think that's weird? He said, not really. I'm 4 inches tall and, you know, you got the beard. She pressed him tight against her bosom. He inhaled her perfumed air. He covered her neck with tiny hickeys and stroked her facial hair. The moonlight danced off his cowboy hat. She giggled and she swayed. She undid his tiny rhinestone belt. A cricket looked away. She set him down, unzipped her dress, still tipsy from the booze. She tripped, pulling off her panties, and crushed him with her shoes. Bearded Betty never married. Her mistake sure took its toll. She still owns that pair of shoes, and Tom's still in her soul.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
I just went on a date with one girl, and she was wearing a skirt and a pair of jeans under the skirt. Like she was trying to say, hey, Matt, here's 2 things you're not getting into tonight.
As I continue to work, you know, with these people and certain occasions will come up, like Shatner, of course, I've been doing for many, many years. And so now there's another level of our relationship where he's invited me to his home for Monday Night Football and that sort of thing. And I'm a huge, huge fan of his.
7:02 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy's got a very quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. We should see partly cloudy skies, maybe a slight chance of a shower, high 82. Currently 73 degrees.
Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Arnold.
That's right. Sports are back, which means the action is back at FanDuel Sportsbook and the FanDuel app. They have 2 great ways to win.
Yay.
Right now, FanDuel adding $10 in free bets to every account. No deposit required, no strings attached. And they're giving you a day of risk-free betting. Place any bets you want. Get up to $100 back on your total losses. Use your $10 bonus on the day of risk-free betting before they expire August 2nd. Download that FanDuel Sportsbook app now to get started and use promo code WFBQ. That's WFBQ. You must be 21 and older and present in Indiana. Offer ends 8/2/20. $100 max refund issued as Insight Credit and expires in 7 days. $10 bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit expires 8/2/20. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
I mean, something has to be done. This is an impossible task.
All right. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
I couldn't do it that way.
Well, it's a list of things you can't do. Ready?
That's not nice.
Oh, come on.
Better be glad not take a life, okay?
All right. I'm taking them with me. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. A oasis of...
oh, God.
Fill in the blank. An oasis of... stupidity?
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
There we go. Because every other show, you know, every other TV show, we know what's going on, and this is the truth.
Yes.
We don't. And this is a lie. Okay, thank you.
Now we go to Trevor Bloviate.
I love the word bloviate. There should just be a crawler across. Everything I say is BS. Just right across the guy's face. You may recall 8 years ago when every prediction I made turned out to be wrong, but I have a nice tie.
Look at this haircut. Can I use the word optics?
It's like, yeah.
How about within the Washington?
The impact of the optics.
In sports earlier, Tom.
There's Chick McGee. There's Josh, of course, at the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick area over there. Ace Cosby is our engineer, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Christy through the glass with her.
Hi.
Can you do it with a southern accent today?
Hi, y'all.
Oh, that is so hot.
Very sweet.
Very nice.
Hi, y'all. I'd love a mint julep.
Oh, I'll make you.
I'll bring you 4.
To any young listeners out there, I pray that you never have to hear your dad say the word, that is so hot. God.
I can only
Take a
imagine.
shower. Jeez.
Then we have Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
Ready after no sleep last night, no electricity. He's ready to rock, though.
Your sleep apnea mask, I would imagine you couldn't wear it.
No, we put the mattress out in the living room, and Judy and I slept there.
Oh, God.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
That's a tough.
No electricity.
You're going to have those guys come over and what the
Willie? Yeah,
fire restoration or whatever they do.
Yeah, I was going to say before my move-in day, can we put a generator back there?
Jeez.
Yeah, actually, I have made arrangements to have what they call a deep cleaning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't take it personally.
Get those people who clean houses after they found a 10-day-old corpse.
Yeah.
A deep clean.
Steam cleaning the spirochetes off.
Anyway, earlier,
Boy, there's a job.
No, I just want to once again state our position. remember my favorite day where we never even finished sports. Entire morning, no news. Our position.
You need to
here
really
in the
stretch out. You need to talk more, Tom.
Here in the Bob and Tom Show. Just want you to know that we got it first, and we got it wrong. Okay, back to
Yes. That is big news. Is that something we can chat about? Pat, you are moving?
Yeah, this Friday or Saturday.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
I'm busy, but I'm glad that you're...
I'm going across the tracks.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Down in the boondocks.
Nobody helps anybody move anymore. Good
No.
Lord.
Well, you can't have anything.
Now, wait a second. Now, Willie. Now, Willie, you're under 30.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think this is a federal law. When you're under 30, you do have to help your buddies move, and it's usually you get paid in pizza and beer, or in your case, I'm sure there's some green smokables or
Blue tree.
No, I had my buddy help me carry some stuff to the car, but like for the couch and stuff, I moved that over to my cousin's place in Chicago, and I got some movers to do it.
Oh, okay.
Found an affordable group. It's just we didn't have a truck that we could fit a couch in. But my friend Colin, yeah, I did. I gave him beer and he helped me move crap down to my car.
Gotcha. No, you apparently haven't been driving around much. You've never seen the guy with the couch on the roof holding it with his left arm.
That'll be me on Friday.
God, I just love that.
You know, a couple of years ago, and this is a sitcom waiting to happen. My ex-wife, her mom, and my daughter and I helped move her into college. Boy, that's cutting remark after cutting remark. I tell you what.
I said pivot, Dad. You have to pivot.
That's right. Lift this couch. You couldn't lift any responsibilities when you were married.
I barely lifted a finger when we were
Oh, boy.
Jiminy Christmas. Yeah. That was the last time I helped somebody move. Boy, it was sweaty. A sweaty job, that is. Woo!
Thirsty work, isn't it?
It is thirsty work.
I think I had to help my friend Henry move out of his place. He had a antique barber chair.
Oh, boy.
Which I think they make out of the same thing they make anvils out
Gosh.
of.
Some of that may have legitimately been cast iron.
Oh, I don't think I've ever carried anything that heavy.
That's so heavy.
No, I did have a couch, one of those pull-out bed couches.
Yes.
That weigh a ton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are crazy.
I took that to a 6th-floor walk-up on West 80th Street in Manhattan.
No.
Oh, yes. And it was literally 100 degrees. My buddy John Duddy and I took it upstairs. And when we moved out, we left it there.
Yeah. Yep.
It's probably still there.
Yes. In one of the many houses I moved into during that, the glorious 10-day, I think I'm working for a flip-it company part of my life.
Yeah.
A recliner got away from me going into the basement with it.
Ooh.
And it tumbled down the stairs beautifully and put a big hole in the wall.
I bet you didn't hear about that.
No. Really understanding from the foreman. And
No, I don't want to get anyone personally on the spot, but when it comes to moving couches, our expert is...
Yeah.
Can you get to the button? Can you get to the button?
Put your hands on it now.
Son of a...
Didn't you have a grill moved, too, out to the lawn?
Oh, another count he heard from.
guys are just hitting.
From the Mr. Relationship expert.
Oh, yeah, I'm the king over here.
This would be during one of Chick's pre-divorce separations, driving by his old house and seeing his beloved
And I was in San
Redskins
Diego at the time.
barbecue sitting
Can we
in the
talk
garbage.
about anything else? Hey,
That
he
is
said,
so-
here's
so
a
brutal.
sports story for Tom. You were talking earlier about you wanted to know where this is, by the way, the Chick McGee home game, Row. You wanted to know where the John 3:16 gentleman had gotten
Oh,
to.
yes.
Well, I mean, because they've got those cardboard cutouts, and I was saying last night, I think that the Reds probably should have just had, for the benefit of the Cubs, Steve Bartman everywhere, pictures of him. Someone has to have submitted one of those somewhere.
I think you're right. I think someone's going to find it. It'll be on Reddit somewhere where I'll see it.
That would be so funny. In any event,
your cue for Ruh-roh is the word kidnapping.
Okay.
Good Lord. Okay.
All right.
This doesn't seem as
So I
cute
just
as-
wanted to know. I mean, is the rainbow-haired guy is he still around? Did
The
someone
reason there is no cutout of the Rainbow John 3:16 guy is that Rollin Stewart, Rollen Stewart, standard spelling, is currently serving 3 life sentences for kidnapping.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so what's the 16 for?
Oh, is that actually Astro?
This is Astro saying Ruh-roh.
Wow.
What do you think of that? Yeah, I'd go in. I have the details. It involves maids in a hotel. But let's not.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't think there's any
What kind of
need for
egomaniacal jackass goes to every game? Look at me, we're looking ass bag. Ass bag. I got the bag out there.
He'd gotten married 4 times in like 6 years. What an incredible loser, right, Christy?
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody doing
Married
that.
4 times?
Yeah.
What a dummy.
Right.
Christy and I have both been married 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
Not to each other, oddly enough.
No, not yet. First time.
Oh, God,
Yeah, I don't know how we've gotten.
that'd be great for the show.
It would be good, yeah. Just get married for a week. What do you guys have to lose? Get married.
Can you imagine? About every 4th day, they'd come in not speaking to anyone.
Get married. What's the limit on annulment?
I don't know what I've never had an annulment.
Just go to the day before, the last day before you can get an annulment.
I don't think you can get annulled if the marriage is consummated, right? You've had sex. I don't think it can be annulled, right?
Who said we're going to have sex?
Well, I mean, why?
They have to check Christy's hymen.
Well, you better ask John 3:16. I mean, you can.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, we're coming back.
Good break.
Yeah. We really brought
really
it
know
back.
what happened
Everybody, take a break.
Yeah,
blacked out.
No need to go to NPR for the news. We've covered it all.
World record.
Forget the Wall Street Journal. We covered everything. I'm sorry. Maybe missed a few things. Christy, what's coming up?
Well, we still have to get to our strip club in Houston that's doing the drive-thru. And World Beer Pong League could be coming.
Ooh.
All right.
That sounds fun.
Right. Right now, we got something great for you because maybe you're getting a little sick of your own cooking. I know I am. Everybody.
We jumped on the HelloFresh bandwagon, yes.
Yeah, HelloFresh is a pretty cool thing, and I've been a big fan for a long time, 3 years going now. What is HelloFresh? It's America's #1 meal kit. So what am I talking about? Well, you go to HelloFresh.com and you can get all the details, or you can, I'll tell you what, the box comes to your house.
Yeah.
Inside the box. They've done all the shopping. They've done the measuring. You put it together and make one of any given chef-curated recipes every week. And the stuff you're going to make, it's going to make you a much better cook. And like I said, they've done the hard work. They've gone and found the stuff. And what kind of recipes are they? They run the gamut from, what do you call it? Locale stuff to, what's the word? Oh, comfort foods.
Oh, yes.
I love that word. And then they've got surf and turf, craft burgers. They've got a great variety of food, and it keeps on coming. The variety never stops. So say goodbye to the never-ending meal planning and prepping and going to the store. And blah, blah, I forgot to get the so-and-so. Nope, it's all there in the box. And it cuts way down on food waste, and you're going to clean your plate because the food is so good because they've got the spices all measured out, and they've got stuff you've never even heard of. That's why I really like the pictures, Christy.
Yeah, me too, because I have a hard time
When it says,
cooking
take
anyway.
this packet and put it in, and you go, boy, that sure tastes great. How did I?
And you get to keep the recipe card so you can do it again.
How did I live this long and not know about this stuff?
Yeah.
Get started. It's America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh.com. And to make it really smart, how about lopping off $80 right now?
Whoa.
Use the code BT Show, and that'll happen. Also, free shipping. They really want you to try it.
Yep.
And that's why they're making it so attractive. Once again, you go to HelloFresh.com, use the code BT Show, like Bob Tom Show. $80 off and free shipping on your first box just to get you to try it. I think you're going to like it. I know I do. HelloFresh.com. The promo code is BT Show. And by the way, I like doing it with my little girls. They get a big kick out of it. I will warn you the one thing.
What?
When it says salt to taste, don't hand your 4-year-old all the salt and go, sweetie. That's the only thing. HelloFresh.com. It's the best. We're coming right back with Donnie. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for being here with us on the Bob and Tom Show. By the way, if you get a chance, check out bobandtom.com. All the latest news, highlights, Bob and Tom information, pretty much anything that you want to know about the show is right there quickly to see. Also, Throwing Shade by the Black Moods. The song was number 18 on the Billboard charts when they performed it live out by our dumpster in the parking lot. You can catch that video, as well as Dr. Chris water skiing on 11.5-foot stilts. You heard me, on a lake. It's pretty cool just to see the video, and it's right there at bobandtom.com. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. According to Sharon Osbourne, she put together Ozfest after Lollapalooza organizers told her they didn't want Ozzy Osbourne because he wasn't cool enough. She made her comments during the upcoming special biography, The 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. It will run September 7th on A&E. Besides interviews with Ozzy's family, the special also includes interviews with Ice-T, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Jonathan Davis of Korn, and Post Malone. Speaking of Lollapalooza, Porno for Pyros will reunite for the first time in 24 years for a virtual version of Lollapalooza this weekend. Perry Farrell will host conversations with Lars Ulrich of Metallica, Chuck D, and other guests. LL Cool J, J. Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters, and Common will make appearances, and performances from previous Lollapalooza will be featured, including sets from Paul McCartney, Arcade Fire, Chance the Rapper, and Outkast. The full schedule will be revealed tomorrow. The virtual Lollapalooza runs Thursday through Sunday on the Lollapalooza YouTube channel. And Joe Jonas is delighted to announce he's a dad, but that's all you're going to get out of him. He and his wife, Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner, announced the birth of their first child yesterday. They gave no other details. Jonas and Turner were married last year. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't you wish there was a pill you could take where you could instantly be able to play the guitar? Just like Eddie Van Halen or B.B. King or Segovia. And each of the various styles of these different guitar players will be represented by different kinds of pills. Like, for example, let's say if you wanted to play like Eddie Van Halen, there'd be these bright red gelatin capsules you could take. And the B.B. King pills would be dark blue, and they'd be called blues. For obvious colloquial reasons. And they would ideally be washed down with a pint of early times. And the Segovia pills would be these little tiny brown pills, but they'd be the most powerful pills of all. Because he's really the best guitar player when you stop and think about it. I mean, that Spanish classical stuff's really hard to play when you're drunk. You could take one of these pills and be able to play just like the guy on the label, like for, let's say, like 3 hours. Like if you were at a party, or if you wanted to impress your girlfriend, or maybe if you wanted to impress your parents, let's say, if they were just kind of undecided about you. And you wouldn't have to suffer for your art, and you wouldn't have to pay dues, and you wouldn't have to worry about practicing all the damn time, and you Wouldn't have to worry about getting screwed over by a bunch of club owners and managers or having your gigs get downgraded to small comedy clubs. And wouldn't have to worry about having your kids hate you and your wife leave you because you're practicing all the time, or worrying about getting arthritis or dying in a plane crash or all the crap that goes along with getting that good. Just take one of these pills and be able to play great instantly. Wouldn't that be neat? Well, I actually happen to have one of those pills on me. Yeah.
Cool. Really?
Okay, yeah. Want some water? Okay, go ahead, swallow it.
Wow.
Eddie. On acoustic, even.
Wouldn't that be great?
21 at Q95 is the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Partly cloudy today with a high of 82. Clear tonight down to 63. Sunshine, a few clouds around tomorrow, 87. It's a muggy 73 degrees.
Thank you very much. Let's see now. What would
And
make
it's a
you
little
feel better?
close out there.
Yeah, once again, close to Hades on a hot day. We have some serious cash on the way, so pay close attention. You could actually participate in winning that, so pay attention. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are gathered here today to move forward with stuff. We have the big room. This is a big room. Inside the big room, Ace, Chip, this is Tom, that's Josh, and the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. Hi. Reminding you, this is a great time to get some I think a bracelet. What do you think, Christy?
Yeah, I love it.
Nice
That would be
summer
great.
bracelet. Here you go, baby.
Perfect.
Thank you, IHateStevenSinger.com. Willie G is in the hot box over there.
Hey.
That's, of course, Christy at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Mr.
Yes,
Godwin joins us from the other building. Hey, Pat.
Hello.
I know Pat had no sleep, no electricity at the place last night, unfortunately.
Still grateful to be there, though.
Yes, a roof over the head.
Oh, yeah.
A little toasty inside. Check local listings.
90
now,
degrees.
We have a lot to get to today. We were still exploring the world of sports.
Yeah.
And where were we?
World record.
Oh, good.
Man, and you're not happy about that.
Uh-oh, you're not. Whoa.
World sweet.
I didn't read one. I didn't read it.
Baby Jesus. A Norwegian man.
Yeah?
Can you do, wait a minute, can you do this in Norwegian?
I once knew a man.
A Norwegian man.
There you go. That's close.
Yeah.
Very good.
Has set the Guinness World Record for the longest Elvis Presley singing marathon.
Oh,
Chick, I thought you said this was stupid.
this is wonderful.
How long?
Yeah, how long before his neighbors shot him?
Yeah.
Did he ever finish?
Impersonator Kjell Henning. That's K-J-E-L-L. That ain't spelled right.
Did you ever notice that for some reason, I think the way the keyboard is set up in the American typewriter system, the J is the one letter you always hit it by mistake. And whenever you do that, whenever there's like a random J, it always looks like it's Norwegian or Swedish or something.
That definitely, yeah.
I thought you said you can't type. You know, the keys are laid out so that the hammers don't jam in the old.
Yeah, the keys are laid out to be the least efficient. You can switch it to the most efficient, where the letters used the most are right there in the main line there. But then you got to learn it all over again. I'm not going to do that.
No. A-S-D-F-G-H-J-K-L semicolon. Impersonator Kjell Henning Bjornstad.
A lot of J's in there.
How Norwegian can you get? Goes by the stage name. he put pen to paper on this, took a lot of time thinking. Kjell Elvis.
K-Gel.
Elvis?
You're going to go with K-Gel?
K-J-E-L-L. Sure,
Instead of-
K-Gel's funnier.
Why didn't you just go with Kajelvis?
Kajelvis.
Kajelvis.
How did he miss that?
It's right there.
Wouldn't you go see Elvis?
Oh, Elvis, the Capelvis?
That's what they said. He sang Elvis Presley songs for 50 hours, 50 minutes, and 50 seconds.
50 hours.
Since smashing the previous record of 43 hours, 11 minutes, 11 seconds.
Yeah.
So is Elvis still cool in Norway?
Yeah.
Elvis is cool everywhere, pal.
Yeah. He completed Elvis's...
Yeah, Josh. You go around all the kids. What are they listening to? Elvis. They're shaking their fingers. They're shaking their hips.
Of course, the Norwegian Elvis. Instead of eating a lot of bacon, he just ate a lot of lutefish.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone knows. Norwegian famous for their
lutefish.
That's where the bones dissolve, and it's an awful dish.
That's their big.
He completed Elvis's entire catalog and started it over to continue the record attempt. Following...
Well, he probably had to break Elvis's record for amphetamine ingestion.
Here we go.
Because remember, when Elvis was a guard in Germany in the Army, that's where he started his drug problem.
Yeah, he stayed up overnight.
Had to stay awake.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Absolutely true, yeah.
Huh.
Following his successful record attempt, the 52-year-old Elvis said, this is an honest quote, "I'll never do this again."
Yeah, no. Why would you?
You know what Elvis is known as in Norway?
What?
The Viking.
The Viking.
Not bad.
I think we got to do a T-shirt. Me and Willie get together. It's the Elvis Viking, man.
Oh, man. I can't
He's the
believe
Viking. 50 hours every trip to the bathroom. Terrifying.
Wait, so he
did not want to.
I assume this guy wore full Elvis regalia, right?
Yes.
Let me see if I can find a picture of this guy.
Jumpsuit and sideburns.
It would be so great if he just did it in jeans and a T-shirt.
What does he look like?
Just some dude standing
He
there.
has what do you call it with the spangles on the pants? What's that?
Rhinestones.
Yeah, he's got the bell bottom flared out, all the the white
so cool.
The shade, the famous Elvis shades and the pompadour.
Yeah, boy.
He looks sort of like early 70s Elvis, not too fat.
Okay.
But not the lean Elvis of the Singer special when he had the leather on and looked pretty cool. That's I assume he sang him in English, right?
I would think so.
Okay, well.
Godwin, give us your best Elvis.
I do a hell of an Elvis, but it's a precise one. It's Elvis, The Final Shows. Where he had an issue with the food and the drink and the drugs. Had a hard time concentrating with those buffets laid out before him. Elvis, Final Show.
Okay.
Are you going to finish that chicken?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Can you get that, please?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, boys, it's Donnie Baker.
Hi, Donnie. How are you, buddy?
You talking about Elvis? I'm going to be going to Grayson for a trip. My mom filled this one on the radio. We're going here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, all right.
Cool.
Congrats. But spoiler alert, they claim Grayson's gone downhill now.
Why?
What? I don't understand.
Well, I don't know. They said they even built a KFC across the street from it.
Well, that's how Elvis would have wanted it.
Yeah.
It's sad, though, Josh, all these years, and he still can't get away from the Colonel.
Yeah. Those Cardinals, 50%.
You can stop right there. That's the finest joke of the month right there.
Hey, I don't know if you guys are watching the sky overnight, but that Southern Aquarium meteor shower was lighting up the entire world.
Oh, yeah, that's the, what is it, the Southern Delta Aqua Reeds meteor shower, it's called?
I don't care what Caroline started it, Tom, but it was badass. Seeing all them different streams of starlight bursting across the sky.
Yeah, lots of them. Yeah, it's very
I imagine it's probably the same thing Angel Skinner sees at her forehead after a trip to Pound Town with George Truly.
No, please.
Swear to God. You've been there, Christy.
No, I haven't.
Anyways, seeing all them meteors gets me thinking about other space civilizations and UFOs and aliens and stuff. And the fact remains, NASA and the Pentagon knows we ain't alone, and yet they keep the truth away from us.
They sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Top secret dicks. Hell, my Uncle Sonny swears he's abducted by a UFO during a Marshall Tucker Band concert back in '88.
Oh, really? My. Very specific.
I swear to God. Oh, he claims aliens sent him forward and aliens took him back in time because he heard the song Can't See You twice.
Really?
Can't you see?
But then again,
Can't see.
What alien would ever want to abduct him?
I don't know.
Good point.
I mean, he's got bad credit and an ankle monitor. Last thing they need is something else blinking up in the sky. Swear to God. You ever notice that it's never a NASA scientist or a Harvard professor that gets abducted?
Yeah.
It's always some dude like my Uncle Sonny, who fixes transmissions for a living. No aliens traveling halfway across the universe for his expertise on replacing a clutch on an 87 Dodge LeBaron. Think about it. If you as an alien and you could snatch up any person in the entire world, why wouldn't you grab a high-value target like Glenn Beck or Steve Harvey? Instead, they're always snatching up dudes with names like Chester or Malcolm sewn into their Jiffy Lube jacket. I mean, if I was an alien, first two I'm picking up is Apollonia and a strung out Britney Spears. And then we fly over and abduct Kid Rock and Ted Nugent so the boys could teach them how to make some decent music for a change.
Oh.
And after that, I probably, stop by North Korea, snatch up Kim Dong-Dun and let the Animal Probe Master 500 have its way with him for trying to incubate World War III. I'm sure as hell ain't grabbing some rando 58-year-old who calls herself a Cypher and happens to be a vegan and owns a healing crystal shop in Kokomo, Indiana.
Sounds like she did you wrong.
Well, if you think you were abducted by an alien, I'll say it like this. You probably just OD'd on PBR and Fireball, or sang Elvis songs for 50 straight hours and 50 minutes and 50 seconds. And if you was really abducted, let me know, because I got a date with Jenna Jameson, Mia Khalifa, and a pre-op Katie Couric. Swear to God.
Pre-op Katie Couric.
Who's Mia Khalifa?
She came up a couple weeks ago. It's a popular porn star.
Wiz Khalifa is.
Yeah.
I was not familiar with Mia Khalifa, and she's crazy popular.
Oh, really?
So.
Two porn stars and Katie Couric.
Yeah.
Odd choice.
Yes.
What happened to her eyebrows? I got to know.
I don't know.
Oh, I've always thought Katie Couric was adorable.
Yes. So I'm sorry. So let's get back to Elvis.
Really?
So this guy in Norway has the longest Elvis Presley singing marathon record.
Who had to sit through that?
I think to get these records, they have to have, everything has to be multi-camera taped.
Yeah.
Sure. Or whatever, recorded so they can
watch that.
And someone from Guinness, I guess, has to sit there and watch all 50 hours to make sure that they didn't fake it.
I wouldn't watch this, but I would attend, and I would pay money to attend the most Elvises singing at one time. I would have a lot of fun with that.
I love that scene in, what's the movie? Is it
Honeymoon in Vegas?
Honeymoon in Vegas.
The flying elf on.
I love that movie.
Bruno Mars is in that.
As a very young
Elvis.
boy, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he's a little kid,
Little
Elvis,
kid Elvis.
and he kills it. He's great.
Yeah, he does.
And he's been making hits ever since.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars.
That movie's great.
That
Oh,
is a good
Bruno,
movie.
you had
James
me.
Caan.
We do have the Elvis guy here.
We
We
do.
do?
Oh, the sexual...
yes. What's his name again?
Are you kidding me?
Kajelvis.
Kajelvis. Okay.
His real name is Kjell Bjornstad.
Okay. Now, for those that I am assuming, is that
I don't
J
know.
silent or is it like a...
I don't speak Norwegian.
I tried to say that, and then
Elvis.
you shoved Kjell down my throat.
Well, Kjell would be a lot more interesting. I know that
I said
Bjorn Bork.
I think it's Kjell.
Right. Be a lot funnier if it was Bjorn.
Kjelvis.
All right.
By the way,
it's
be
not.
careful. Be careful around him. He has a way of impregnating women in closets. Here we go.
Some things you know.
Nå tar vi 2 minutters pause før jeg tar sangen. Her har vi manager
vamping.
Helge,
Between songs?
som har stått for markedsføringer.
Anybody catch any of that?
Nope.
Well, he wasn't singing at
I think
all.
it's something about Marcus Welby is the last thing I heard. Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Astrid Fyrholt, give her a big hand. Hun gått til Sydpolen.
Is he speaking English? Did I hear
There
him
was
say,
some broken English in there.
give her a big hand?
Give her a big hand. I heard that.
I think he said if anyone's driving a red Volvo,
Your lights are on.
Yes, yeah.
Your lights
You're
are
parked in a no parking.
Your lights are on.
Don't forget to tip your waiter and
Okay, here
waitress.
we go. Once again, this is the Norwegian Elvis. Here we go. Okay, Pat, you're the musician here.
Wow,
Am
that's
I
like the
correct in
National.
saying he's got that 4 steps too low?
Yeah, something's wrong.
It does sound like the National. God help me, I
Is he-
tried to like them.
Is he starting low so when he gets to the Rockets' red glare, he can make it?
He's an octave lower.
Well, let's hear him.
Here we go. Okay.
All I'd rather do is think of
Leonard Cohen?
All I've got to do is think of others. What the hell?
It is Leonard
That
Cohen.
sounds like a Leonard Cohen version of an Elvis.
It does.
Did Elvis sing that song? That's a Beatles song, right?
Yeah, it's a George Harrison song, isn't it? Something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that... Isn't that the one Frank Sinatra famously introduced as a Lennon and McCartney song?
That's exactly right, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Why is he?
I can't even hear him.
Why is he only in one ear?
I can't stand. Can't you think worse?
I honestly cannot hear
Well,
him
first
singing.
of all, this guy can't sing at all. He's doing a talk sing.
So
and
you're
he's-
lucky.
He's terrible. He did this for 50 hours. And there
am
were
I-
no suicides?
Am I
Man.
deaf? I honestly cannot
The
hear him
lead
singing.
singer of Crash Test Dummies just called and said, "Hey, can that guy sing a little higher, please?"
Yeah, Christy, it's only coming in my right ear. So maybe that's-
It's coming in my right ear.
You don't hear his voice at all, Christy?
No, not at all.
Everybody knows. You need to see somebody.
Honest to God, I do not hear it.
But there's probably some wiring issue that
Oh.
it's getting canceled out. Trust me, it's terrible.
It sounds like
Okay.
this.
Yeah, it's the guy can't sing at all. But he...
Well, he's all right.
No, he's not. No. He's just doing a talk singing.
Something in the way, Jim.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's weird that I can't hear that. Now I'm worried.
Well, here's my question is like when I started comedy, Josh, you can say this, it's hard to get your pals to come watch you. This guy can't sing. How did he get anyone to come watch him for 50 hours? Is it a bringer show?
It was never hard for me to get people to come.
Okay, got it. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Even
Throngs
clamoring
of
yeah.
people.
Begging,
Yeah.
if you consider an audience the pizza delivery guy waiting for his hand out.
Now, why are you saying
He
pizza?
stayed and watched, didn't he?
Why are you talking about a pizza delivery guy, Tom? I don't quite understand that.
Boy, yeah, this guy, 50 hours of this.
That'd be awful.
Yikes. Well, did this take place during the pandemic?
I don't know.
I'm not participating in this story.
Well,
People in the audience coughing in each other's faces just so they can get the hell out of there.
and spell his first name again?
Kjell.
Yeah, I bet it's Kjorn.
Kel.
Kel.
Oh, Kjell.
Probably
Keel,
Kel.
maybe?
Hello, I'm
Keel?
Kel.
Oh, the Keenan and Kel?
Yes,
Famous,
Welcome
The
to
stars of Good Burger.
Welcome to Good Burger, man. Take your order.
Yikes. Okay, thank you very much. Now, coming up, we have we does that conclude sports?
Yeah, Tom, it's over.
Okay.
Well, we didn't hear the outro. That's why I think we're confused.
Okay, I guess I can find it for you.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always.
Once again, I'll never understand why Chick is not in charge of his own intro and outro.
That's what I said.
Because he can never find it.
I got it all right over here. I got everything you'll ever need right here.
Want to see my feet?
I got everything. Everything you want. Anything you could ever want.
She got up.
Oh, yeah.
She was a big woman.
That's right, Bertha Butt. Okay.
Now, coming up, we have witches in the news. We have a strip club in the news that's a drive-through in...
Yeah, would you plant seeds you got unsolicited in the mail?
If I traded a cow for him, I would.
That's
no,
interesting.
that's not right, is it?
Well, they're popping up.
No. That would be really dangerous. We'll find out more about that coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry.
The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
this is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
Hey, check out Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Subscribe now at no cost. Click that red button. Over 100,000 Bob and Tom fans have already done just that. We are looking to double it, triple it, you name it. Go to Bob and Tom Show's YouTube channel. You can watch Bob and Tom tonight, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and float through the Bob and Tom archives and the highlights. You can wormhole yourself all day right there on Bob and Tom Show's YouTube channel. Check it out today. More of the show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Winners in interleague action yesterday. Toronto, Tampa Bay, and the Mets. Yankees at Philly and Baltimore at Miami postponed. American League winners, Oakland, Houston, and Kansas City. National League, San Diego, Chicago, and Milwaukee. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has sent a letter to fans outlining the league's plans to play during the pandemic. He wrote that COVID-19 is continuing to present a major challenge to nearly every area of American life, and the NFL is no exception. They have opted not to create a bubble environment, something the NHL, NBA, WNBA, and soccer have done, with Major League Baseball experiencing many difficulties on its first weekend of play, with a plan similar to the NFL's. The National Hockey League reported 0 players tested positive for the virus last weekend. The league says it administered a total of over 4,200 tests. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Border Patrol agents in Texas seized $1.5 million worth of pot recently hidden in a shipment of ketchup.
What? Where'd they put it? Let me go get rid of it.
Had a street value of over $1.5 million.
Hidden in ketchup.
Ketchup.
Wow. Well, there's the famous story from one of our favorites involving a woman who was caught smuggling drugs. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of drugs.
In my nether region.
In my nether region. He goes, God, I hope it wasn't marijuana. See, that would be rather large cavity.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I've tried blondes and tried brunettes. I've tried beer and cigarettes. I've even spent the night in jail a time or two. But the best thing in the world is when I dress up like a girl and spend the night in the arms of a man who understands. 'Cause men don't bitch every 28 days. Men don't mind if you show up late, and they don't complain about what you wear. All I really need is a man who cares. Here. Is that too much of a commitment?
No, sir.
Hi, this is Rodney Carrington, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I got home and the door was locked, and I tried to ring the bell. Found a little bitty note she had wrote telling me to go to hell. Crawled in the window, got inside, she kicked me in the, and then I cried. Called me a name, said I lied. Kicked me again and I thought I died. Took my clothes, set them on fire, and hit me with her curling iron. Tried to block it with my watch, then she kicked me in the crotch again. Yeah, today's the day my wife met my girlfriend. I tried to tell her, but she didn't care. Things weren't what they seemed. She had a pan on the stove full of boiling water, and my nads would soon be steamed. I tried to run and scream for help. She hit me in the nerds with a rhinestone belt. It was like nothing that I ever felt. I thank God I wasn't wearing a kilt. She grabbed the bat from beneath the bed, swung it once, missed my head. She reared back, swung it again, and then she hit me in the twins again. Yeah, today's the day my wife met my girlfriend. Today's an awful day. Hey, my boys won't be the same. Yeah, today's the day my wife met my girlfriend.
Run. That's her best song. 744 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Pull up a chair.
Just to see if you were listening. Because if you were listening, you heard the thing at the top of the thing. And then, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, the thing.
Put a grand in your hair.
The cha-ching thing. How about that?
That's my radio voice.
Okay, can you stow that for a while? Thank you. You're very welcome. What's going on? Well, there we go. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Okay, let's see. Ace, check. Ace, check. Chick, check.
Josh, check.
I'm not sure I can do this.
Yeah,
Tom,
be
check.
careful.
Yeah. Thank you, Christy. Josh, check. Willie, check.
I don't know what I'd do without electricity. I think I'd lose my mind.
And the man who had no electricity for the last, since 4 p.m. yesterday, it's Pat Godwin. You okay, Pat?
Yeah, I'm okay. Hanging in there.
The bill was paid. You just...
Whole block's down.
Whole block is down?
Man, that's tough.
All right. Okay.
Man, you know somebody did something.
Something bad, yeah.
I assume...
Somebody stuck a fork in something. I'm not saying who, probably stuck a fork, but your son is in town.
Wait a minute, Jimmy had toast last night.
Oh, boy. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that could be it. Well,
you use that Smeg toaster?
You just walk in, his hair's up like a mad scientist. Nothing?
We do have
Touch it, Daddy.
a little more audio from Elvis.
What did we do?
What did we do wrong to deserve this?
Have to?
Oh, this is the best. This is the guy that has the, he's just set a Guinness World Record for the longest Elvis Presley singing marathon.
Yeah, he did.
This comes to us, of course, from Deutsche Welle. That's our source on this. And this guy's name, we're going to call him Elvis. It's K-J-E-L-L is his first name. Is that like Kjell?
It doesn't matter. You've already decided it's Elvis.
Yeah. Elvis is so much. But he did 50 hours, 50 minutes, and 50 seconds to smash the previous Elvis marathon record. When he was finished, quote, he said, "I'll never do this again." So we thought the guy was probably a really good Elvis impersonator.
Well.
Turns out he's terrible.
It's a fascinating interpretation.
Yeah, we have a little more. Do you want to hear a little more Elvis? Here we go. Give this a listen. Here we go.
Ja. For alle som ser på everyone in the world what I'm drinking.
No, okay, now I heard one person clapping, and he just said something about everyone in the world what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
So he's not singing yet, he's just talking, right?
But he's assuming, there's a lot of reverb, he's assuming that everyone in the world's watching this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
It's clean, it's from the nature, it's Herbalife. And this lady who is helping me is Astrid Fyrholt, the only one in the world who go to the South Pole.
Oh.
Something like the only lady to go to the South Pole. This is Herbalife.
He's drinking something from Herbalife, apparently.
Okay.
So now he's selling us stuff.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
On ski. And
she went to the North Pole on skis?
Skis, yeah.
Okay, that's got to be boring. There's no hills.
I thought it was South Pole. Is that what he said?
Who cares? The idiot.
Return to sender.
Hey,
now
wait a minute.
Now
the guy's talking, and then that song just starts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we hear?
Love it.
I'd like to hear the uninterrupted.
Sorry, I didn't know that's right.
No, that's.
I can't back it up. I'll have to do that in a second. But here, he returned to sender, one of the great Elvis tunes. Let's go.
Return to sender.
Very deep.
I give a letter to the post.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This is better than I ever thought.
Take everything back.
Yes. So Pat, the guy's completely out of rhythm. Am I correct?
That's completely.
He's
He's got a back.
Yeah, he did.
He has a backtrack, a singing back.
He's singing to some kind of karaoke track, and he has no rhythm whatsoever. Here we go.
Yes, he did.
He put it in his sack.
Yes, he did.
Bright and early next morning, he brought my letter. She wrote upon it. Wow. Return to sender.
Yes, sir. Kill it.
There's sort of a.
This is amazing.
There's sort of like a Lon Chaney-esque. Address the note.
Oh, like a Boris Karloff.
Yeah, maybe it's Boris.
Weird. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Keep going.
I know such a number.
SOS.
SOS. What the hell is that?
Elvis doesn't say SOS.
Does it ever say SOS?
No such zone, isn't it?
Right, of course.
No such number, no
But I'm
such
even trying to
zone.
think if later in the song he references SOS.
I don't think so.
Because there's no reason to. What a weird ad
Okay,
lib.
here we go.
We had a quarrel. Our lovers back. I write, I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. So when I dropped it in the
Well, you get the idea.
Now, are those background singers live, or do we know?
No, because they're in the right key. No, there's no way. I'm sure it's karaoke tracks. Wow.
SOS.
At least that's an Elvis song. It's my understanding from Dean that he went through several dozen tunes and there were no Elvis songs. So I guess he's just doing a lot of covers. But Elvis, of course, covered every artist known to man because they released an album every couple of weeks. Because the Colonel wanted to cash in. That is great.
Dad, did I ever tell you, I used to work at a summer camp, and I ran the music program at the summer camp, and we had a little makeshift recording studio, and there was this Russian guy that worked in the kitchen at camp, and he loved Celine Dion.
Yes.
Celine Dion was his favorite singer. He wore Celine Dion t-shirts every day.
Right.
And on the weekends, everyone would go back to, their house and hang out with their friends, and they'd come back to work at camp. And one day, we came back on a Monday, and this guy had gotten karaoke tracks. He taught himself how to use all this recording equipment, and he did an EP of him covering Celine Dion songs.
That's amazing.
It was the greatest discovery in my entire life.
Oh, that's fantastic. And do you have a thick accent?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Tell me, baby, baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
You should have saved that.
It was great. It's somewhere.
Okay, now I've got apparently KJELL is pronounced shell.
No way.
Okay.
Oh, Shelvis is pretty funny.
Shelvis is funny. Yeah.
And
sounds like a SpongeBob episode.
But you've got to see
Elvis moves to Bikini Bottom.
Shelvis underwater.
You got to see the pictures. Now that I see this other angle, he does look like sort of early 70s Elvis, a little bit chubby.
How old would you say?
I can't tell from this. He's got the big sideburns and the black wig. Okay. Or that may be his own hair, who knows.
Huh.
When we were in Dallas last year, did you guys see the Elvis guy?
No.
No.
Yeah, you could not miss him. Even when he was out of uniform.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
We all missed him.
He had you saw him, didn't you? He had the pompadour and the huge sideburns.
I love
Willie was not in Dallas with us.
When Tom experiences
Yes, he
something
was.
that he
The day before, Josh, you weren't there when I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
just
Willie
assumes
wasn't
that
in
everybody
Dallas.
was.
No, but I loved that. He just goes, you guys could not miss him. Josh goes, no, we all missed him. You didn't listen to us. None of us saw him.
But
we all missed him.
There's only 3 restaurants in that hotel.
Okay, this is the conversation you have with Tom a million times. No, this couldn't have happened. Well, it did. No, here's another reason. I'm sorry.
I just had this conversation with Kelly yesterday.
Uh-oh. What, she didn't see Elvis either?
No, not that conversation. The one about my disagreeing with something that is not a fact. The point is...
I see. Is that why she's moving into where Godwin lives now?
Well, that's Willie.
I had earlier in the pool. I know that.
Okay, well, there was... Remember we were at that convention? There were only...
Stop it. We didn't see him.
I'll have to say... It's just weird seeing a guy who's an Elvis impersonator when he's off duty.
And he's still got the pompadour.
He's got the hair.
Well, he has to, I would think, unless he wears a wig.
Well, that's the thing. It was a wig.
Wow.
And he was still wearing it?
Yeah, but he's wearing his sort of street clothes.
I think
with the huge sideburns and the...
I think one of my aunts had a boyfriend named Kenny, and he had like this Elvis affectation, and he had the pompadour and the sideburns and the big belt. Kenny.
And Kenny smoked a pack and a half a day, Kenny?
Kenny had an Elvis thing.
He had the glasses with the holes drilled in the side. What do you call those? Sort of aviator things.
Right.
I had a landlord named Red Elvis, the red hair and the sideburns.
His name was Red Elvis? You guys called him Red Elvis?
No, that was his name. That was
his Christian name, his given name was Red Elvis?
No.
But he called himself that.
I was curious. You said his... Okay, never mind.
But he called himself Red Elvis, yeah. That's
awesome.
Which is a weird thing.
But I hate it when guys like that, when you say, hey, Elvis, and then they get mad.
I don't look like him.
Well,
It's like this. It's like the guy. I was getting gas, and a guy pulls up, and one of my girls looks over, and goes, "Look, Daddy, it's Santa Claus." And this guy's got the white hair down to his shoulders, huge beard, looks just like Santa Claus, and the guy's pissed. Hey, buddy, you look just like Santa Claus. Maybe you don't wear a red shirt.
You wanted him to come and give your kids 5 minutes with Santa Claus, didn't you? That's what you wanted.
Maybe just a quick wave.
I don't
the guys from the railroad.
Everyone in
the guys from the railroad blew their horn when I was at the Whistle Stop Sunday for Little.
Because everybody owes you something.
Yes. Everyone in the world needs to perform at Tom's bidding.
Hey, Fatso, come here. I don't want to bug you, Santa, but
eat this pie real quick.
It's Cart's quarter birthday.
We're all your court jesters, aren't we?
Here, eat
if you've got the belly, the beard, and the hair, don't be surprised.
Be prepared
if people think you're Santa Claus.
It's never happened, but I would
driving a K car with no muffler. Hard times at the North Pole.
Yeah, apparently. There's hard times everywhere.
Sled
Tom,
broken.
Okay?
When we come back, we have a little surprise for you.
I think they ate Rudolph. Did you hear that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, desperate times call for desperate.
Are you lonesome tonight?
That's pretty good.
When we come back, we have something else. I hope. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, the Economonologues with Kostaki Economopoulos on a Tuesday, zooming in, social distancing. Tom's there, chick across the room from him, Josh, Ace Cosby, and then you got Christy Lee over in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Willie Griswold in the hot box, and then Pat Godwin around the corner where fudge is made. Oh, yeah, we're all here on a Tuesday. It's July 28th, and we're here with you on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Shares are trading higher in Asia after U.S. stocks resumed their upward march on Wall Street, while the price of gold pushed to new record highs. Stocks climbed Tuesday in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Shanghai after the S&P 500 rose 0.7% overnight. Much attention will be focused on a two-day meeting for the Federal Reserve on interest rates that starts today. Hopes for more help for the American economy have risen as Congress debates another stimulus package as well. U.S. health officials are warning Americans again to avoid a growing list of imported hand sanitizers that may be contaminated with the toxic chemical methanol. The Food and Drug Administration announced yesterday there have been increasing reports of injury due to people using, sometimes even ingesting, the unauthorized sanitizers, which can lead to blindness, heart problems, and death. The active ingredient that kills germs in legitimate sanitizers is ethyl alcohol, which is consumable, but some Mexican companies have been replacing it with poisonous methanol or wood alcohol, which is used in antifreeze. And NASA is upping the ante with its newest rover headed to Mars. Set to rocket away this week from Florida, the spacecraft named Perseverance is NASA's brawniest, brainiest Martian rover yet. It sports the latest landing tech, plus the most cameras and microphones ever assembled to capture the sights and sounds of Mars. With 8 successful Mars landings, NASA is shooting for its riskiest touchdown site by far, an ancient river delta full of boulders and cliffs that may harbor signs of ancient life. It's the third and final mission to Mars this summer after the United Arab Emirates and China. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You don't remember Dr. Frank King?
No, I don't remember Dr. Frank King. What did he do with sundials?
Oh, he's a 76-year-old fellow at the Computer Science Institute of Churchill College.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he's chair of the British Sundial Society.
How many people are in the Sundial Society?
That has to be the most boring meeting.
I remember we did this story. Isn't the story essentially people aren't relying on sundials as much as they once were? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, he wants to get young people interested in sundials.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Try to keep it down. I was up kind of late last night, and now I'm feeling like I usually feel after I feel alright. I don't want to hear another word about morning. I can't take the light. Look, if you try to keep it down, I was up kind of late last night. You see, there's something inside this world that's gone so wrong. Well, there's a gap between a rich and a poor, 1,000,000 miles long. I dig the fact that you and your friends want to stand up and make it right. Well, could you try to keep it down? I was up kind of late last night. I was down at the bar like a fool I am, dancing on the table with sun slam. I met a whole lot of people that I still don't know. I just rolled in an hour ago. Could you try to keep it down? Try to keep it down. But if you try to keep it down, I was up kind of late last night. Oh, yeah.
8:01 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. That's Christy Lee. She's got a quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Partly cloudy, high 82. Clear tonight down to 63. Sunshine, 87 tomorrow. We have some sunshine out there right now, 70 degrees.
Cursing the fact that your windows are breathing.
Yeah.
Maybe you should celebrate Window Nation because they're celebrating their 1 millionth window, and their specialty is having the right windows for the right climate. A very specific type of window is necessary in central Indiana. Window Nation experts in that, and right now, Josh, they've got deferred payments for 2 years, 50% off all style windows, of which there are more than 1,000. Plus, put zero down and pay zero interest for 2 years at windownation.com. Right, Josh?
That's exactly right. There's no reason to wait any longer. You're in great hands with Window Nation. Deferred payment for 2 years, 50% off all style windows, plus zero down and zero interest for 2 years. Visit windownation.com.
1 million windows.
That's awesome.
And yes, they were on more than one house. Thanks for asking. It's Window Nation, and I think now's the time. Get it done. windownation.com. There's a couple zeros there. Zero down and zero interest for 2 years. Thank you. Welcome back. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here in the big room. The room where it happens. Josh, you're staring at me like you have no idea that that's a reference to Hamilton.
I know it's a book title. Oh, the Hamilton thing.
No, the book title was stolen from Hamilton.
Gotcha.
Never mind. I doubt if that guy ever said it. Let's see. There's Ace. Of course, the Ace Cosby joke of the day coming up momentarily. Chick McGee over there. That's, once again, the...
If you're playing the drinking game at home and you take a shot when Chick's sighs, there you go.
What's wrong?
What's got you sighing?
The joke of the day is coming up.
Oh, I see.
You out of your mind?
Going, yeah. Really? Well, if you're going to be that way, I say...
Son of a...
Forget the introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Ace, of course, our engineer, the legendary voice of Ace Cosby.
I was at the vegetable stand down the street here.
Yep.
Ran into a very famous drummer friend of mine.
Oh, really?
You know what he's shopping for?
What?
Beats.
Nice.
Even funnier.
What are
today's
you
world.
laughing at?
Well, I think beets, you can actually buy them now.
Are they in season? Is that what you're saying?
Once again, as
And
we
now
continue the
here's Tom
introductions.
with 20 minutes of what happens when you eat beets.
Well, Christy Lee, of course, at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
She's a beet eater.
Love this song,
No, I'm
Stewed
not.
Tomato, ladies and gentlemen. There's Pat Godwin in the other building. Hey, Pat.
I'm not throwing away my shot, Tom.
There we go. Thanks. The second Hamilton reference in this break. Happy to be here. And that was a good joke, Ace. I like that very much.
I mean, I like guys with beat, but not beats.
What?
I like a guy with a good beat who's a drummer, but I don't like beats.
I see. Okay. Did you ever eat or drink? Have you ever had like beet juice, Ace?
Said beet juice, but never eaten them.
After you have beet juice, don't think that you're bleeding internally.
Yeah, that does get.
That is one
It gets a little scary, huh?
scary thing.
I eat beets daily, and
I eat beets daily.
It's weird because Josh's nickname is Red.
I eat beets, and I have
My poo is
oxygenated water.
oh, for Pete's sake, I have grown to love beets, and yes, your knees get a little weak when you see that reddish.
Yes, it turns everything very red.
How closely do you inspect your leavings?
Could you?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Walter Cooler. And this is some other news. Well, Lou Williams of the Los Angeles Clippers has been ordered to quarantine after leaving the NBA bubble to attend a funeral and then visiting an Atlanta strip club. The LA Clippers guard claimed he was just getting dinner at the famed strip club Magic City. We're told that he came in for the wings, which is weird because I thought they didn't let you come in strip clubs just to eat.
Edgy.
He said he came for the wings.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
A lost red panda was found hiding in the foliage at the Cincinnati Zoo. Experts tranquilized the animal and safely returned it to its newborn cubs. You had tranquilizer darts the whole time, said Harambe.
Said the ghost of Harambe.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah. After throwing out the first pitch at the Nationals home opener, Dr. Anthony Fauci is getting his very own baseball card. The card can be found wherever you buy baseball stores, where you buy baseball cards at stores, but at least 6 feet away from all the other cards.
Teleprompter issue there.
There you go.
There you go.
Tricky.
That happens.
In travel news, tourists arriving in Hawaii must currently quarantine in their hotel or motel rooms for 14 days before they are allowed outside. However, officials are studying a plan that calls for them to be quarantined at their resort and not just in a room. In either case, as Don Ho once put it, they will be kept in tiny bubbles. Tiny bubbles in the wine. Tiny.
Oh, my God.
Never mind.
Thanks, Elvis.
This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Walter Cooler, and this has been Some Other News.
And those are some good wings, maybe.
Yeah, they must be.
Yeah, they must be.
They come just for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came for the wings. That's what he says. Anyway.
good
Didn't
wings.
you say that this guy, what's his name again?
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams. There's a dish at this strip club named
The wings
after
are named
him.
after him.
The wings are
Oh,
named
well,
after
no
him.
wonder he likes the wings
He was just
so
doing
much.
quality control. I think it's
Flavor
important to stop
wings,
by
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh, and while I'm here, how about a little bit of that?
How about some of that and some of this?
Okay.
Do we know he did that? Or?
Lou, you spilled blue cheese on your pants. No.
That's ranch.
See, we could have done this.
You had what did Harambe say? You had tranquilizer darts the whole time.
The whole time they had it.
This whole time.
Wow.
Here in Ohio. Okay, sorry.
Speaking of strip clubs, a strip club in Texas has added a drive-through option.
Oh.
This is happening in Houston. Vivid Gentlemen's Club set up the outdoor tent that allows patrons to order food as well as alcohol and watch strippers dance behind metal barricades while they wait for their food to be prepared.
Huh.
General Manager Gino DiLolo.
Hey, Gino.
Gino DiLolo.
Hey,
said
pick
that
up your feet. Come on.
once cars are inside the tent, they have a 2-song limit.
I don't care if your kid's sick. You're working. Make an effort, will you? Jeez.
So you pull into a tent.
Right.
And your car's running.
Yes.
The fumes must be great.
Oh, yeah.
In Houston with the humidity.
Right.
The dancers get a little woozy, but
As reported by Cron.com, the exotic dancers ply their trade behind face masks with tip buckets within easy reach for
so
drivers.
they're naked except their face masks.
Apparently, it doesn't say that. I don't know
it's
if
like
they're
going to a Saudi strip club.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Did I bring something real up?
Yeah. Jerko with the burqa.
What are you doing?
Just inventing a new dance.
Okay.
Bars in Texas have been ordered to shut down due to the pandemic, while restaurants are able to operate at 50% capacity. But there's no clear answer for strip clubs that exist in this gray area.
No kidding.
DeLolo said, quote, "We're trying to get a restaurant license so we can open up as a restaurant. Then we'll have people inside. But we're trying to adapt to the times, and whatever cards we're being dealt with, we're going to..."
I mean, I totally get that. They got, here's the, I hadn't seen this picture. Yeah, it looks kind of like a car wash.
I would think.
The ladies are on the left, and then there's a DJ down at the end. And yeah, they're in a tent.
Is it one car at a time?
In this photograph, there are 2 cars inside the tent.
Okay.
And the tent is obviously open on either end where the cars would go in. And oddly enough, in this particular car, the trunk is open. I don't know what that's
Maybe he's getting his food put in the trunk.
Oh,
because they have to wait for their
From
food
what I
to be...
understand, at a strip club, in the trunk costs a little extra.
No, I would assume it'd be for the food.
I thought they didn't have food. I thought that was the whole thing.
No, they do here, but
They do.
They have to.
Yeah.
In order to stay open.
And they can only watch the dancers while their food's being prepared.
And then they can tip the dancers.
Right.
There's a bucket, it says, yeah. And but the ladies in this photograph are wearing masks.
Nothing else?
And not much else, huh?
Well, for the purposes of the photograph, they obviously had them put on bikinis.
Bottoms.
Well, we don't know. They may not be a completely,
Sure, yeah.
They may not be all naked.
Well, I think maskless is the new bottomless, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Club Wana.
Let me see your nose. Please.
Yeah. But it does looks like a drive-through.
Huh.
So you got to hand it to them. They're at least trying to make some.
Yeah, they got to earn
people to work and. Hey, you want some extra napkins, Chief?
I ain't paying you to stare. Right?
You suppose
do you guys have? This is a weird question. Do you guys have lotion? Oh, just extra blue cheese, I guess. Yeah.
Once again, I think ranch slippery. Do you suppose guys undo their seatbelts?
Oh boy. Maybe they have to reach the tip bucket or something.
Thank you for. I didn't know where you were going with that. Well, if you've got to undo your seatbelt to reach that is gifted.
To reach
You think guys drive home and their wives go, "Why the hell is there glitter on your windshield?" Huh?
Well, this is interesting.
Why is there glitter on your burger?
The picture I'm looking at is a woman driving through, taking pictures of the woman dancing.
Maybe it's her daughter. She's proud.
Yeah.
Congratulations up there.
Mom, I'm working.
Okay.
Christy, ever go to your daughter's work and take photos?
No.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what I mean. Like, your girl gets
in her little work outfit.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought all parents kind of did that.
No, I don't. I haven't.
The most embarrassing day of my life.
I hope I'm involved in this.
I was washing dishes.
Great feature.
At the back of the kitchen at camp.
Yeah.
And my dad just walks in and goes, "Whoa, look out. Elvis is washing dishes." I just go, "Get out now. Get out right now and let me finish my job."
What a guy, huh? Thanks, Dad.
I'll tell you what, I used to wash dishes at a restaurant. I loved that job.
Oh, dude, you can kind of lose yourself. And
you got the big gloves on. You got that thing from the ceiling with the squirter you could take the paint off a car.
Yeah.
That thing is fun. It's
Very
cool to have
satisfying.
access to that. That is a fun thing to use.
Oh, yeah.
Are you flirting with the waitresses with that? Squirting them on their bikini?
No, but
keep them coming, top heavy.
I got Ronnie Haynes. I got Ronnie Haynes bad one day.
Oh, he scored him good?
Yeah.
Trying to pick up the guys? What are you doing?
No.
It's
Just
fine.
Ronnie was being a jerk. Hey, Ronnie.
I think the guy who looked like Elvis that dated my aunt was Ronnie. Now that
Is it Ronnie and not Kenny?
It wasn't Kenny.
Ronnie's the guy that threw the cleaver at me.
Jeez.
And did it stick
I mean, I don't blame him. I'm sure you deserved it, but man.
Anybody can
he
get a
missed on purpose.
Cleaver thrown at him.
I mean, it was.
Did it stick?
It was. Yeah, it's stuck in the. What do you call the HVAC thing?
Oh, the vent?
It's a true story. I've told you the story.
Wow.
Ronnie was severely hearing impaired.
Can you imagine what Tom was saying?
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But he was severely hearing impaired. And he was a lip reader.
Oh, okay.
So he could, and he wore, at the time, very large hearing aids, but he would read, and he was across the kitchen one day, and I said to his buddy, Tom, what's with Ronnie today? He's being a real whatever. And Ronnie heard me, and he literally is a joke.
He read your lips.
He heaved a cleaver, just like in a cartoon. Just like in a cartoon.
Oops.
And I went, way away from my face and stuck in the HVAC.
Here's what happened. Oh, Salvador Dali was...
It wasn't quite that sophisticated. And Ronnie spoke with a unusual
accent
because he was hearing impaired.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
See you later.
I'm not going to say how he sounded.
All right.
Well, we all know people who are hearing impaired.
We're done.
So I took the liberty of taking that high-powered washing thing for the dishes and just getting him. So.
Okay.
I knew a Jewish Asian guy who was hearing impaired. Let me do his voice for you real quick.
What? Oh, he walked into a bar with a Catholic priest? Okay. All right. We're coming right back with anything that's okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Kostaki Economopoulos, and later this morning, we're scheduled to speak with Pat McGann. He's got a new streaming comedy special. When's Mom going to be home? We'll find out about that. And on Wednesday's Bob and Tom Show, our resident geek Jessica Alsman will be stopping by, and our comedian relationship expert Allie Breen from New York City. We've had some great letters from her over the last few weeks. I'm sure that'll continue on Wednesday. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. According to Sharon Osbourne, she put together Ozfest after Lollapalooza organizers told her they didn't want Ozzy Osbourne because he wasn't cool enough. She made her comments during the upcoming special biography, The 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. It will run September 7th on A&E. Besides interviews with Ozzy's family, the special also includes interviews with Ice-T, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Jonathan Davis of Korn, and Post Malone. Speaking of Lollapalooza, Porno for Pyros will reunite for the first time in 24 years for a virtual version of Lollapalooza this weekend. Perry Farrell will host conversations with Lars Ulrich of Metallica, Chuck D, and other guests. LL Cool J, J. Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters, and Common will make appearances, and performances from previous Lollapalooza will be featured, including sets from Paul McCartney, Arcade Fire, Chance the Rapper, and Outkast. The full schedule will be revealed tomorrow. The virtual Lollapalooza runs Thursday through Sunday on the Lollapalooza YouTube channel. And Joe Jonas is delighted to announce he's a dad, but that's all you're going to get out of him. He and his wife, Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner, announced the birth of their first child yesterday. They gave no other details. Jonas and Turner were married last year. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
A naked guy. There are things you never say when a man is nude.
I didn't mean to laugh.
There are some things you don't want to say to a naked guy.
Can you help me find it?
There are things you never say to a naked dude.
Does that thing come with an air pump? I thought you said you had small pox.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
There are some things you don't want to say to a naked guy.
You call that fun size?
There are some things you should never say.
feet are so big.
Aw, that's cute.
Hang on, I'll get my tweezers.
Oh, it's like a little light switch.
Am I being punked?
Did you fall asleep in a freezer?
It's a good thing you're rich.
Well, at least this drink is stiff.
For a second there, I thought you had a third nipple.
I didn't know they could be innies.
Well, this explains your big car.
You don't want to say to a naked guy.
Wow, your boobs are bigger than mine.
There are things you never say when a man is new.
This explains why you're still single.
There are some things you don't want to say to a naked guy.
Thanks, I could use a toothpick.
There are things you never say to a naked dude.
We'd better turn out the lights. I think I'm gonna need to finish off that bottle of tequila.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
My mom doesn't like it when I drink. She's always like, Michael, I hate it when you drink. You always become somebody else. I'm like, Mom, that's why I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we laugh.
Yeah, we laugh now.
What's your drink of choice?
My drink of choice, I like Guinness. I like Guinness.
Really?
I don't know if that's
That's all right.
That's good.
Christy, you're nodding. You approve?
Yeah, I was expecting something sweet.
Oh, Bob.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't seem like a beer drinker.
Yeah.
It looks more like a Mai Tai drinker to me.
My mom's Irish, so I always feel like
okay.
Like growing up, it was weird because she's Irish Catholic, so she's like super Catholic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we did something wrong, she'd like go off. She'd be like, who broke the fishbowl? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my brother be like, wow, we should go tell her it was us. I'd be like, no, we're not even one of the top 3 suspects. We're not even in the lineup.
Hey, 820 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, hi. Thank you very much. Christy Lee's got the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Partly cloudy today, high 82. We'll have clear skies overnight, low 63. Some sunshine Wednesday, high 87. Right now, 70.
Thank you very much. Keep listening for your shot at $1,000 coming up many times today on Q95. So, like I said, just pay attention. That's all you have to do. You pay attention and you might get paid by us, I guess is the simple way to put it. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's look around the room here. Things have changed drastically. The handsome factor way up.
Thank you.
No, it's not you, Ace. It's Kostaki Economopoulos is joining us momentarily.
Although you are handsome, Ace.
Yeah,
he's okay.
Of course, yeah, he is okay. Let's see. There's Chick McGee. There's Josh. Josh once again is at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
Because I am a jewel in the rough.
A diamond in the rough?
Yes.
Is that where you're going?
Sorry. My rule is, I don't say everything that pops into my head. This is my rule. Sometimes.
Pretty much the first rule.
I don't think I said anything wrong at all.
Okay. Well, it's not wrong. It's just sort of flat. There's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. I've got a news bulletin coming up. There's Pat Godwin in the other room, and Willie G is in the hot box. And that story I was telling, the whole point was that Ronnie could read lips.
Okay.
All the way across the room, even though he couldn't hear.
Please.
What'd you get a letter?
No, I'm sure I will.
No, he said he has.
No,
okay. I don't know if you're ready for this. Can you hear me, Kostaki?
Yes, sir.
Kostaki Economopoulos joining us from Los Angeles, California. Did you see this? Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are now citizens of Greece.
Yes.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, that's cool. I'm kind of envious. That's a great hookup.
Now, are they?
Don't you have to go through hoops? Hoops and stuff to get them.
Well, it is Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually
Greek
really
bureaucracy.
It's really cool because
they were doing it for charity.
Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson were they helped raise a bunch of money for victims of a very serious wildfire.
Oh, okay. Now, do they have dual citizenship?
I don't know if it's technically legally dual citizenship, but
gotcha.
Well, how do you pronounce this guy's name? Prime Minister Kyriakos?
That's Euro.
I don't know.
Euro?
Yes.
Okay. Prime Minister Euro.
Robert De Niro's from Greece.
Euro Dolomade, I think is.
Oh, my God.
Dolmades?
Yes.
The Prime Minister's wife.
That's great.
The Prime Minister's wife is Mareva Grabowski Mitasoki-Taki.
Oh, what
So
night
that's-
does she bowl? Huh?
That's there's a lot of ethnicity there. I don't know what looks at least three countries. I don't know. Anyway, so how nice. And I guess Tom is a convert to Greek Orthodox. Is that correct?
Is that correct? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that
They're the
that's
ones
right,
with the crazy curls and stuff, right?
No, they're the ZZ Top beard guys.
Oh.
I thought.
Yeah, every time you see a picture of Greek Orthodox priests, they always have those guitars that they spin
Why
around.
do you always fight me on everything?
I knew some Greek unorthodox. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. They would,
Greek unorthodox.
Yeah.
Is your setup.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What did you say, John?
Greek unorthodox. Yeah.
See, what's happening here, Kostaki, is Josh
Very
has
quirky.
jumped out of the plane without a parachute, hoping to create
I had a
one.
bit. They would do things. They would put their socks over their shoes, that kind of thing. Very
unorthodox.
Sort of a crisscross thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Greek unorthodox.
There's something there. I have no business.
There's something there. Is what we came up with.
Okay, now
I agree with that.
Kostaki is in Los Angeles, California, and you have a special thing that you do. It's what is it? Is it called 50 Toasts? Is that the what is it again?
That's right. Yeah, it's an excuse to try to talk to 50 friends over the course of a year.
He forces himself on these poor people, just
and this is
sitting at home with their computer, and all of a
this
sudden,
is preserved in the world of broadcasting in what fashion?
It is. It's in the new media Facebook Live every Wednesday night at 9.
Now, it's my understanding that you're going to be doing it with Hugh Fink. Is that correct?
Yeah, you remember Hugh Fink?
I love Hugh Fink.
Love the Hugh Fink.
Hugh Fink
Hugh
was
Fink?
on our show when he was, I want to say, either in high school or just out of high school.
He was a staple of stand-up comedy in the 90s on Comedy Central.
That's right.
I've never had the pleasure of meeting
Has
him.
a violin.
Yeah, or seeing him live, but his bits would make, he has a bit about his father and about buying a belt. They would make me laugh so hard.
I don't remember.
And he became a television writer, didn't he?
That's right. He wrote for SNL
He
for
took
many
his
years.
fiddle on stage. Right?
Yeah,
I think that is right.
I had heard tell of that. I just never got to see it.
Okay, well.
When I started to do this sort of 50 lunches thing that morphed into 50 toasts, one of the reasons I wanted to do it was to talk to friends that I hadn't talked to in a long time. And the other reason was to talk to people that I liked but didn't really know yet. And Hugh lives in my neighborhood, and I've seen him over the course of about a decade, I've seen him about 10 times. Mm-hmm. And so I saw him somewhat recently, and I grabbed him and I said, "Hey, I'm doing this thing." And he goes, "Yeah, absolutely." So it'll give me a chance to get to know him a little bit, even though
That's great.
we live near each other, but I don't really know him.
How cool.
Okay, well, cool. Now, how does one find this again, Kostaki?
Oh, just go to Facebook and type in Kostaki Economopoulos or something even a little bit close, and follow the page, and then you'll be alerted, and you come find us.
Well, it's 9 o'clock here. What is it there? Tuesday? Hugh Fink's father's.
That's right, yeah.
Now, once again, Kostaki, congratulations to Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. Now, granted Greek citizenship in this picture, they're holding up passports.
How about that?
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I should have done that by now, but it's like that old joke, heaven is a Greek cook, and we go through all the different things, and the bureaucracy is German, and and then hell is a British cook, and the bureaucracy is Greek, and it's like to deal with the Greek bureaucracy is just a nightmare. I'm sure I guess your Tom Hanks a little easier, but
yeah, probably. That red tape just sort of falls away.
Yeah, I imagine that's very helpful.
Well, Tom Hanks has more money than the entire Greek economy. Not a lot of people know that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's
There's a sign over Tom Hanks' bathroom that says "Forest Dump."
Oh,
Forest Dump.
Were that were true.
That's just terrible.
Not only we weren't even talking about any of his movies, you just felt you had to shoehorn that in there, didn't you?
That was awful.
Sorry.
That was awful. Did you hear, Christy? You upset Christy.
Can we do a few bad more Tom Hanks jokes? I thought of one.
Yeah, of course. You just got to do it. Yeah.
Do you know whenever he gets aroused, Whenever he gets a Woody?
Oh, he does he? All right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has to have used that.
That's a
one.
little cowboy
Hey,
hat
look,
on it? I
look,
bet he
Woody's
does.
here.
Writes Andy on one of his balls.
Well, now that he's a Greek citizen, it was a money pit joke.
Okay, got it. I love the money pit.
Oh, God.
He's Greek unorthodox, you know.
He is,
Greek
yeah.
unorthodox.
Yeah.
You know, chick.
He puts the lamb outside of the pita. He's very unorthodox.
Very Greek unorthodox. Yes, yeah.
Wow.
I've been laughing this morning about an Augie Smith tweet. I don't know if you guys saw this. He said, I went to my first Zoom funeral today. It was very sad, but still not as sad as a Zoom comedy show.
That's the truth.
Oh, well. Now, Kostaki, no gigs, right? Are you still in the...
I'm still in the no gig phase. Yeah, right. It's so far. I'm going to stay
Probably
home for a
enjoying
while.
that time with the family, huh? Being around all the time.
I love the family, but it would be nice to go tell some jokes once in a while. That's right.
Yeah, some interesting NFL news. Well, I mean, I thought it was kind of funny.
Actually, 3 more Patriots have said they're going to opt out for the season. Dante Hightower.
Oh, wow.
Marcus Cannon and the little running back dude that I forget his name.
Those are 2 of the great names in football.
Danny Fulton.
Yeah, they are
Marcus Cannon. That sounds like a porn star name. Not to mention Danny Hightower. Wow. That's
boy.
Well, you hate to see the Patriots land on hard times.
Yeah, don't you?
Kostaki, the Minnesota Vikings, the head guy of their so-called prevention strategy, apparently didn't do his homework because Mr. Eric Sugarman's got the CD.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that's no good. So, oh well. Now, perhaps we should push forward and find out what on earth you wanted to talk about, Kostaki.
That's right. Well, there's a lot of scary things in the world, so I thought we'd talk about phobias.
Oh, okay.
Phobias. Some 50 million Americans have phobias. It sounds high, right? And then I was looking at the list. Fear of bullets. All right, I got that one.
That's a big one.
Ballistophobia, fear of responsibility, check. Fear of commitment, check. Fear of failure, check. Okay, all right. They say the number 1 and 2 fears people have are public speaking and death. I don't have either one of those, but as a comic, I have the combo: fear of dying in front of people.
Yes.
Wow.
Hundreds of phobias. Some of them we know: agoraphobia, fear of open spaces. Hey, this is your year, baby. 2020. Stay home.
Soak it up.
Agoraphobia sounds like a husband excuse during football season. Like, I'm afraid to go outside. I better sit here by the television.
Yeah, I can't go to brunch.
A brunch, a jazz brunch, right? Agoraphobia, not to be confused with algoraphobia. That's the fear you'll win the popular vote, still not become the president.
Couldn't stand it, could you?
There's Kostaki.
Hillary.
Still a little bigger.
Algoraphobic as well.
You got your leaf blower there to
That almost, talking about that almost seems charming now, doesn't it? It really does.
It has been a while. Phobia is highly treatable because the diagnosis is easy because people know that they have them. Right? That's interesting. I'm afraid of flutes. Like, you're totally aware that that's something that's a pain for you and not traditional. Allophobia, that is an actual phobia, fear of flutes.
Wow.
What?
Yes.
Interesting.
Fear of flutes. It goes back to early PTSD and early warfare when fife players were common on the battlefield. How about that?
Wow.
That's right.
That's really interesting. Wow.
Now whenever I hear Jethro
There
Tull.
are literally hundreds of these. Lutrophobia, fear of otters. Have you ever even seen an otter in nature?
That's crazy.
Otters are cute until you dive a little deep on otters. It gets dark.
Now,
real
interestingly
quick.
enough, Kostaki, I don't know if you knew this. Pfeifophobia is fear of inept deputies. Which is sort of interesting. Yeah.
More referential than comic, but
Yeah, that's a.
By my count, that's 3 fails in this break. I think so. I think you might be out.
All right, I'll sit here and shut
I
up.
liked Pfeifophobia.
That's a
so
Greek
I'm sorry. Is the fear of flutes alphobia? What'd you say it was?
allophobia? I believe it's.
How did it get that name?
spelled A-U-L-O. It's probably how you say flute in Latin or Greek.
Okay.
I have 3 good jokes, but I'm not going to tell them.
No, please. No. Entertain.
No, I'll keep a list. Go
No,
ahead.
sure. Entertain, please.
No, I had nothing. I was just going on with it. So,
now there are hundreds of these things. Myriaphobia, fear of crossing bridges. The layman's term for that one.
No, I know a guy that had that so bad. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Kostaki? Fear of crossing bridges. Go.
The layman's term for that, a Kennedy. Some of these names are hilarious. Fear of bums or beggars. You guys want to guess on that one?
Hobophobia?
Winophobia?
Hobophobia is correct.
I always knew you were.
You're kidding.
Are you serious?
Hobophobic. That's right.
I knew you were homophobic.
Well, that's where hobo comes. Yeah, there you go. Comes from.
That was a total guess.
Hobo.
That's absolutely right. Geliophobia, the fear of laughter. I think I have performed. For
I thought it was Ben.
You too. Will you stop stepping on his punchline?
Bad Ben Affleck movies. Sorry, somebody. Okay.
I'm sorry, Kostaki. I completely missed that. What is it again?
The fear of laughter, geliophobia.
That's a thing?
That's a thing. There's a corporate gig you don't want. I want to go talk to a bunch of those people.
See, Chick, that was better than your Geely reference.
Ben Affleck, Geely. It's one of the big bombs. It's Hollywood history.
And J-Lo.
Yes.
Yes.
Culpophobia, fear of genitals.
Culpophobia?
Yeah. I have the opposite. C-U-L-P-A, phobia?
Oh, okay.
Culpophobia. Huh. Okay.
I have Robert culpophobia.
I Spy. Fear of watching I Spy?
That's right.
Or Greatest American Hero? Or
I see why you got this gig.
I owe somebody some money.
No, I mean, you have all the same references that Tom does. All these obscure actors from the beginning of time.
Robert Culp was like Hugh Hefner's best friend, and every time you'd see pictures of the Playboy Mansion, James Caan and Robert Culp were always there hitting on the...
We should try to construct a sentence that has the most obscure references that you could come. Robert Culp, James Caan, and Hugh Hefner are pretty close.
Oh, we had a more obscure one than that, I think, today already.
Yeah, it was Edmonton O'Brien or something.
Yes, and who made that one? Oh, you did.
I know my audience. I'm just trying to make friends with the people.
Okay, Kostaki, I'm really enjoying these phobias.
Epistemophobia, fear of knowledge.
I had that one all wrong. That involved depends.
Fear of knowledge. That's interesting.
Yeah, common term for those people, flat earthers.
There are a lot of those people out there right now.
And we have very valid points to make.
Theophobia, fear of God, or as we call them in the South, Baptists. God fear.
Sure.
Letitiophobia, fear of lawsuits. You know what you call someone who's afraid of a lawsuit? Doctor. Which leads to this one, latrophobia, fear of going to the doctor. I don't know how you cure that guy. You're going to have to come into the office. No! So you got to face your fears. You got to look yourself in the mirror, which might be hard if you're a catoptrophobic. Don't be afraid to face the music, unless, of course, you're a mellophobic. FDR said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So maybe he was the king of all phobics. This is a real one. Phobophobic.
Wow.
Fear of phobias.
Wow.
Yep. And finally, this one's real. I found it in a couple different sources. You're not going to believe this one. Hippopotamonstrosequipedaliophobia.
Whoa.
Anybody?
No.
Fear
Fear
of
of
large animals like elephants or hippopotamuses, or
Fear of long words. How rude is that one?
That's just rubbing it in. You're right.
That is rubbing it in.
You can't even say what you are.
Yeah, the folks that are doing the dictionary did that on purpose.
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah. After lunch break, look what I named this.
Yeah, that's right.
That was done by the same guy that put an S in the word lisp. It was the same person.
That's right. That's right.
Kostaki, do you have any genuine phobias?
You know what? I do have a weird one. I'm afraid that I'm going to very briefly freak out and jump off of a high place.
Okay,
Anyone
they
have that?
actually say when people are afraid of heights, like let's say you're at the Grand Canyon, most people are not afraid of falling. They are afraid that they are going to jump.
Really?
Yes.
That's true, because if I go to the Empire State Building, I'm not nervous at all because you can't get out.
Sure.
You're encased in the thing.
You've thought
but
about
I could
it?
be on but I could be like on a third floor Marriott balcony, like I'm gonna jump off of this thing. Like it's just weird. I've never.
Yes, that's a legit fear.
Never heard of that before.
I should look that up. I'm sure there's a name for it.
Once again, Kostaki, it's just go Costaki. You'll find Kostaki on various social media platforms.
It's called Geronimophobia.
Very
the,
good.
The fear of
I
jumping
did not get the laugh it deserved. That was very clever.
I'm laughing.
Referencing, of course, the famous parachute jump. Finally, thanks for stepping in and stepping up and hitting a home run.
Thank you.
That's very nice. Thank you, Kostaki. Check him out, Kostaki, on various social media platforms, and watch him with Hugh Fink.
Love you, man.
Very funny
See you,
guy.
dude.
Bye.
Now, if you have the fear of calling your doctor and telling them about ED, I got something for you. Talking about erectile dysfunction, no fun. Don't want to tell your family doctor, but now you can talk to a physician via an outfit called Roman. ROMAN. It's a pharmaceutical distributor. Here's how this works. You go to getroman.com/wood. And what happens? Well, you will be connected with an American physician, and you will be allowed to speak to this person and find out what's going on. And they would have the power to diagnose, and found out if you indeed are a candidate for some of these drugs. You've heard of them, things like Viagra, et cetera, et cetera. So what you do is you go to getroman.com/wood. You complete the free online visit, and they'll get in touch with you within 24 hours. And then if you are indeed a candidate for it, guess what happens? Well, they have free 2-day shipping. So they'll find if there is a medication appropriate for you, they'll ship it to you for free. The whole process, very straightforward, simple, and discreet. Erectile dysfunction used to be tough to tackle, but not now. Roman. That's right. GetRoman.com/wood. If approved, you'll get $15 off your first order of ED treatment. That's GetRoman.com/wood. Once again, free 2-day shipping. GetRoman.com/wood and $15 off. A brand new offer. GetRoman.com/wood. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Coming up, we have laundry in the news.
No.
Have you seen these pictures, Christy?
Yes.
Laundry in the news in the weirdest way imaginable. And it might even be your laundry. We'll find out what I'm talking about. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Check out the Bob and Tom Show app and let your voice be heard. Our contact info is right there.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Hey, I know I've mentioned it a few times over the last few days, really the last few weeks, but we have new listeners all the time here on the Bob and Tom app, so we want to cue them in. If you go to bobandtomstore.com for the foreseeable future, every dollar spent there goes directly to Feeding America. We're helping to restock America's food kitchens and food pantries. Feeding America knows exactly where the needs are. They have a distribution network to get the food out to those folks. So buy now and buy often at bobandtomstore.com and feel good about it. Every dollar spent goes directly to Feeding America. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Winners in interleague action yesterday. Toronto, Tampa Bay, and the Mets. Yankees at Philly and Baltimore at Miami postponed. American League winners, Oakland, Houston, and Kansas City. National League, San Diego, Chicago, and Milwaukee. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has sent a letter to fans outlining the league's plans to play during the pandemic. He wrote that COVID-19 is continuing to present a major challenge to nearly every area of American life, and the NFL is no exception. They have opted not to create a bubble environment, something the NHL, NBA, WNBA, and soccer have done, with Major League Baseball experiencing many difficulties on its first weekend of play with a plan similar to the NFL's. The National Hockey League reported 0 players tested positive for the virus last weekend. The league says it administered a total of over 4,200 tests. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Cubs trainer now comes out of the dugout, takes Schwarzenegger's temperature, gives the thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's the pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Cueto fields it, reaches for the hand sanitizer, disinfects the ball, and shovels it to first base.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Drew Hastings, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I got home and the door was locked, and I tried to ring the bell. I found a little bitty note that she had wrote telling me to go to hell. I crawled in the window, I got inside, she kicked me in the balls and then I cried. Called me a name, said I lied, kicked me again and I thought I died. Took my clothes, set them on fire and hit me with her curling iron. I tried to block it with my watch and then she kicked me in the crotch again. Yeah, today's the day my wife met my girlfriend. Well, I tried to tell her, but she didn't care. Things weren't what they seemed. She had a pan on the stove full of boiling water, and my nads would soon be steamed. I tried to run, scream for help. She hit me in the nerds with the rhinestone belt. It was like nothing that I ever felt. I thank God I wasn't wearing a kilt. She grabbed a bat from beneath the bed. She swung it once and then she missed my head. She reared back, swung it again, and then she hit me in the twins again. Yeah, today's the day my wife met my girlfriend. Yeah, today's that awful day. Hey, my boys won't be the same. Yeah, today's the day my wife met my girlfriend.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Comedian Mark Maron. Mark, it's hard for me to guess how old you are.
Well, I realized recently that I'm getting older, and the way I knew this was that teenage girls don't even acknowledge me as a sexual being anymore. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I want to have sex with teenage girls, but throw me a bone. How about a smile? You know what I mean? Nothing, unless it's to turn to their friends and go, "Hey, why is that weird guy looking at us? What's he doing at the mall? Quick, get to the food court. The guard's there. Run, you guys!" I lied. Of course I want to have sex with teenage girls. Doesn't everyone? I mean, that's why there's a law.
If no one wanted to do it, there wouldn't be a law.
What do you think, they pulled 18 out of a hat?
Andy Hendrickson is the other voice you're hearing in the studio. Andy is a stand-up comedian. You're a young guy.
Yeah.
Handsome guy. Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Girlfriend or anything?
No, none of that. It's, it's
you
tough
comedians
on the road.
really know how to get the action.
Troubadours, Tom. They move from town to town. New woman in every port.
Yeah, all my friends are married. I got more weddings on the docket this year. I got a wedding on Memorial Day, another one on Labor Day. You guys have the friends like that?
Mrs. Crypt Keeper. 847 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
If you're playing the Chick McGee drinking game, which is where you do a shot every time he says something with no context, just totally random, you're on shot number 12.
Yep. Good luck, everybody.
Christy Lee is frantically doing something You okay in there?
Yeah.
You look great today.
Thanks.
Love that shirt.
Thank you.
yeah.
You're very nice because you're saying that. And I have no makeup on because I have to go to the eye doctor today, and I don't like it.
Oh, you get to see Lanty pants?
It makes my eyes water.
Well, could we possibly do something professional?
Don't
Welcome
he's
back.
so adorable.
Yeah, we're back. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us.
Warning would have been nice.
Let's see now.
Jeez.
That's Christy Lee. She's apparently exhausted and
I flustered her in the hallway. Yeah.
You did what?
He
I flustered her in the hallway.
I thought you said. What does that mean?
And then just.
I may have said something very charming to her, and she got a little flustered.
And then Jess gave me a pair of shoes, so it's been a good morning for me.
Okay, very good. Christy's by herself.
Yeah.
In the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, right next door behind the glass over there, it's Willie G. Hey, Willie. Looking good. And we have in the big room.
Your own son.
Looking good. Look at that. I don't know where you got that hair. It's time for a DNA test. Let's see now. There's Ace. There's Chick. I'm Tom. That would be Josh in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
That's right, Tom, and I love you.
No, I love you too, Josh. You're such a nice young man. You're like the little brother I never had, and I get to beat up on you. I love that.
We noticed.
Yeah, I think that's really what's happening here. I never had anybody to beat up on because I was the littlest one.
There you go.
There we go. Now, let's see. Now, then, Mr. Pat Godwin, exhausted.
Very tired.
He's in the next building. Pat.
Very tired.
Well, I mean, and it's okay because Pat has had no electricity for the last.
Has he done a song today?
No, I did one tiny one.
He did his great Elvis thing.
Everybody's just ignored me over here.
Is your electricity back on?
No, it's not back on. No.
Are you kidding?
The whole block was knocked out, and that house is where Willie's moving in at the end of the week. Pat's moving to an apartment.
I want to thank Willie for letting me stay there.
And Pat's been staying there for more
you're up
than
in
a year.
Chicago.
While Willie was up in Chicago.
Pat is moving quite literally 1 minute walk from my house.
Are you kidding?
And your old apartment complex.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you're moving? That's a nice place.
Are you going to get Josh's old apartment?
You guys can be friends.
I don't know about that.
Do you have a black light?
I see where you're going with this. Hey, do you mind if I take the show over for just a little bit and do something for Willie and just kind of show my gratitude with how I express myself, of course?
Through song. Your instrument.
Through your instrument.
And when I'm done with the instrument, I pick up my acoustic guitar. This has a lot of emotion to it. I've exaggerated it a bit. Oh, my God. Let's just give it a shot. Here we go.
Okay. Sad song, apparently.
No, it's not a sad song. Travel around the world with a wandering eye and a head full of hobo dreams.
Oh, yeah?
Stare up at the sky and wonder why I'm falling apart at the seams. Every woman's left me for a better life. I can't keep a job, let alone a wife. Most folks thought I was left for dead, but I'm sleeping on Willie's bed. Sleeping on Willie's bed. Willie is the son of my good friend Tom, and he's away right now at camp. Tom picks me up and drives me out when I'm shaky, cold, and damp. Tiny bed can't fit my feet, and I feel a little funny on Spider-Man sheets. But tonight I found a place I can rest my head. I'm sleeping on Willie's bed. Yeah, sleeping on Willie's bed. Oh, I'm alive and I've been fed. Sleeping on Willie's bed. Got a roof overhead. Sleeping on Willie's bed. Thank you very much.
Oh, how nice.
Beautiful. Thanks to both of you for being so kind and generous.
That was lovely.
So sweet.
Well, that was years ago when you first started sleeping on one of a series of Willie's beds.
Yes,
with the Spider-Man sheets.
I would hope he
Now,
didn't.
Tom, was that song
have
nicer
Spider-Man
than
sheets.
receiving years of back rent?
For instance.
Did that do the trick?
For instance.
Rent. Yeah.
Did you keep a running tab?
That's my Indian name, Running Tab.
I bet if you sat
an
down
oldie.
and put
Native
pen
American.
to paper, you could come up with a figure.
Do you get to write him off?
No.
Oh, he's written me off many times.
Well,
I meant tax-wise,
many have written him off. But no, he's made a big comeback. Congratulations, Pat. You're doing great.
My goodness.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, let's
Get
see.
your own place. You'll be able to bring ladies back there. It'll be
Ladies,
great.
what are they? I forgot.
Oh, you'll be meeting at the apartment complex pool?
Yes.
I saw that yesterday. It's nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to hit the pool?
Oh, yeah.
Of course
He's
he
a good
will.
30 years younger than I am, but I'll be there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the way.
That works.
Christy?
There are girls out there that like a DILF, right?
A DILF?
What's a DILF?
That's a damn
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm very confused.
Yeah, the dad bod's
I was
really
thinking
popular.
dild, and then no, totally different world. Let's move on. Christy Lee is once again at the news desk. What's happening?
There's an elderly couple in Taiwan, and they have gone viral when they started an online account where they pose in clothing left behind at their laundromat.
I have no idea how this happened. This is an amazing story.
It is an amazing story.
Huge.
It's
and
everywhere.
they're a really cute couple, actually. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
31-year-old Reef Chang initially came up with an idea to start an Instagram account featuring his grandparents.
What's the guy's name?
Reef Chang.
REEF?
Yes, sir. Just like the
coral.
Great Barrier Reef.
That's a great reef. What a cool name.
That is a cool name.
He came up with the idea to start the Instagram account featuring his grandparents in an effort to brighten up their lives after they became weary of going out during the pandemic. But we're all bored staying at home. Photos featured on the page at Want Show As Young, WANT.
All right.
SHOWASYOUNG. Show Chang's.
Want Show As Young.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the grandfather's name.
No.
Want Show As Young. Okay.
Jeez.
Reef Chang's 84-year-old grandmother,
you know something?
Shu Shou.
Yeah, you're right.
It is?
The guy's, yeah.
His name is Chang Wajing.
But the grandmother is Ms. Show.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In actuality, that's the name.
Yes.
Oh, this is adorable, you guys.
They
I'm looking
are
at this.
adorable.
This is cute as hell.
83-year-old grandfather Chang Wajing sporting unexpectedly stylish pairings of blazers, skirts, T-shirts, and other forgotten items their grandson helped them style.
In this picture, they look like the other two people in the Beastie Boys. This is incredible.
How old are they? They're real
84 and
They're in their
83.
80s. But all the clothing is stuff that's been left at the laundromat.
Right.
Why would people leave this stuff? It's nice stuff.
I know. The page has become a hit all over the world, attracting over 430,000 followers since it started just last month. Chang Wajing said he hopes he and his wife can inspire other older people to be more active. That's cute. They are adorable little couple.
I'm just glad people aren't leaving a lot of lingerie behind.
Yeah, that would be rough.
That'd be a little weird. Ms. Show, please don't.
She can't weigh 80 pounds, a tiny little thing.
Yes, this is adorable. This is right up my alley.
All right.
I'm going to follow him on Instagram.
These are two people getting back on the horse. This is very cool.
No, this is cute.
Willie's going to start.
No reason this should be an international story.
Willie's going to start crying. Hang on a second.
No, if they were children and they were dancing together at the same time, I would cry. But these are just some adults, and they're making it happen. I might cry, Chick.
I told you.
They're wearing matching Chuck Taylors.
They're wearing bucket hats. I'm into this.
The bucket hat photo, I do care.
That hat that Grandpa's wearing in this one photo is great. It looks like a cabbie hat, but back on the side. It looks really cool.
They look like very pleasant people.
Well, thank you very much. That's a nice, sweet story.
What the hell is that?
It's a very sweet story.
Oh, that's his belt from his robe. Never mind.
What?
Okay.
I thought
Let's just move right on. Coming up, we have Mammoth News.
And we have witches on TikTok. Hang on.
Okay, all right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, laugh your app off with the Bob and Tom app. It's available for free in your iTunes and Google Play Store. It's not just an app. You can listen to your local radio station, tune in to Bob and Tom 24/7, even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Chick McGee, the first voice you hear in the morning. That's right. The Bob and Tom app, it's free in your iTunes or Google Play Store. Make sure you download it today. If you've already got it, let your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers know that Bob and Tom app is free.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Shares are trading higher in Asia after U.S. stocks resumed their upward march on Wall Street, while the price of gold pushed to new record highs. Stocks climbed Tuesday in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Shanghai after the S&P 500 rose 0.7% overnight. Much attention will be focused on a two-day meeting for the Federal Reserve on interest rates that starts today. Hopes for more help for the American economy have risen as Congress debates another stimulus package as well. U.S. health officials are warning Americans again to avoid a growing list of imported hand sanitizers that may be contaminated with the toxic chemical methanol. The Food and Drug Administration announced yesterday there have been increasing reports of injury due to people using, sometimes even ingesting, the unauthorized sanitizers, which can lead to blindness, heart problems, and death. The active ingredient that kills germs in legitimate sanitizers is ethyl alcohol, which is consumable, but some Mexican companies have been replacing it with poisonous methanol or wood alcohol, which is used in antifreeze. And NASA is upping the ante with its newest rover headed to Mars. Set to rocket away this week from Florida, the spacecraft named Perseverance is NASA's brawniest, brainiest Martian rover yet. It sports the latest landing tech, plus the most cameras and microphones ever assembled to capture the sights and sounds of Mars. With 8 successful Mars landings, NASA is shooting for its riskiest touchdown site by far, an ancient river delta full of boulders and cliffs that may harbor signs of ancient life. It's the third and final mission to Mars this summer after the United Arab Emirates and China. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom show's on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Border Patrol agents in Texas seized $1.5 million worth of pot recently hidden in a shipment of ketchup.
What? Where'd they put it? Let me go get rid of it.
Had a street value of over $1.5 million.
Hidden in ketchup.
Ketchup.
Wow. Well, there's the famous story from one of our favorites involving a woman who was caught smuggling drugs, hundreds of thousands of dollars of drugs.
In my nether region.
In my nether region, he goes, God, I hope it wasn't marijuana. See, that would be rather large cavity.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Dear Penthouse, I'm a freshman at a small Midwestern university, and I never thought something like this could happen to me. When my teacher with the dynamite asked me to stay after class, and she started to undress, I can't forget the statement she made. If you drop your pants, I'll raise your grade. Dear Penthouse, I'm a seaman first class at an overseas naval base. It's been 7 long months since I've seen a woman's face. When I saw your recent issue, I took a box of Kleenex tissue and I locked the barracks door. Thanks to you, I've gotten a grip. Please excuse my jerky penmanship. I've read every issue since 1974. The first 2 years behind the bathroom door. I poured through every penthouse I could find. Even though my mom said I'd go blind.
Dear Penthouse, doing sports on the radio has always been my job. I've never wanted a man until I noticed Bob. When we're close, I start to perspire. His little bun set my loins on fire. And I dream about the day he'll say, "Chick, let's get undressed." Name and address withheld upon request.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and you're a cop.
903 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Very quick forecast, Christy.
Partly cloudy. Look for a high today of 82. Thanks, CarX Man. It's 71.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. Everybody in place? Okay, good. We'll take attendance. Ace Cosby.
Present.
Chick McGee.
Ho!
Good to see you, sir. At the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair, it's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
This is Tom speaking. There's Willie.
Hey.
Christy.
Hi, everybody.
Pat Godwin, the man with no electricity for most of the last day. You okay, Pat?
I'm good. Hello.
Okay, good. And so you didn't have to sleep with your sleep machine thing going in your face?
Well, no, that takes electricity. I was in the living room on the floor.
Which means he didn't sleep.
Oh, okay, well, we'll...
how many times, think back, how many times have you fallen asleep for most of the night not in a bed? Go.
Ooh.
Not very often at all.
Go.
Well, when camping, I mean, there's that.
On the couch? In your recliner, you mean?
That kind of thing?
In the recliner, on the floor, out on the porch, in the backyard.
In the love sack?
Yes.
It used to be, my method used to be fall asleep on the couch and then half hour, then move to the bed. And then if I'm drinking, guaranteed I'm not starting on the bed when I sleep.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Tom, always the bed? You just collapse? Yeah. Well, you sleep in your car a lot. I mean, we get reports.
I have done that.
Yeah. And you don't have a chair. We found that out. That makes me sad.
You don't have a chair you can sit in and direct things?
You don't have a chair. Every woman should have a chair.
You got to have a chair.
I have my reading chair. You have a chair, don't you, Josh?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a chair you sit in the kitchen. There's a chair you sit in.
Yeah, that's true. I do have a chair I occasionally sit in. But it's not like my chair.
Wait a minute.
TV.
Is it an upholstered chair?
It's an upholstered chair.
Good.
And he stares at his phone, and the girls are just yelling around like mad with it. And he is just silently. It's great.
Willie, you have to somehow record that for us, please. And I just want to see him just totally out of it, and them like,
It's great. And the heart's going, Daddy, 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 I need to show you. I drew. And he goes, oh, well, look, a drawing of a dog. And she goes, it's an elephant. It's an elephant.
Yeah, boy. We've all made that mistake, haven't we?
Oh, I thought it was a dog, maybe with big ears.
Oh, look at this princess. Like, that's a snake.
It's Princess
You're the one who sucks.
It's not my fault.
Someone needs some art lessons.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I've got a guy. Okay. Well, where were we? Oh, I know. We were exploring the world as we know it with Christy Lee at the news desk. The Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. What's happening,
Post
Christy?
Malone is trying to create a world beer pong league.
Man, I love him.
According to trademark documents.
You love Post Malone?
I do. I love that music.
Obtained by TMZ, the rapper wants his World Pong League to operate official beer pong tournaments, competitions, events, and exhibitions. He also hopes to trademark the name for use on merchandise, including beverage glassware, drinking glasses, plastic cups, game tables, cup racks, balls, clothing, and casual sportswear.
Why not?
I did see that. Didn't he come out with a wine or something a couple weeks ago?
I don't know, but...
And it sold out instantly.
He's very, very popular. Tom.
Tens of thousands of bottles of wine.
He previously hosted a virtual celebrity beer pong competition back in March to raise money for coronavirus relief efforts. So
remember, he tried to
taking
hustle.
It one step farther.
Tried to hustle Patrick Mahomes and
Travis Kelce.
Remember, backstage before show?
Yeah, well...
football players beat him.
He may have trouble trademarking WPB. It looks like somebody's already got it.
Oh, okay. His music's not for me, but he's an affable guy. I like him.
Oh, Sunflower from Spideyverse. That's a great song.
And that Spider-Verse movie is incredible. And that song, and it's so good.
The face tattoos bother me.
Of course they do.
Possibly the worst decision anyone
This isn't made for you. This isn't made for you. This would be like you criticizing a children's music. It's completely different.
I don't know what the arts.
I'm not criticizing his music. I think getting face tattoos is a terrible idea, and he's influencing other people to do it. And he'll never have to worry about it because he's filthy rich. But The average guy that follows him and wonders why he can't get a job. Well, I don't know. Perhaps it's the tattoos on your face that show that it's very poor judgment.
I think the days of not getting a job because you have a face tattoo are dwindling. I think it's more.
Your thoughts, Tom?
Yeah,
We're that hard up for
face art shaming.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, I am shaming it. It's stupid. If you do it, you're an idiot. Next.
Okay.
It's been a good run.
Hey, at least he's open-minded about it.
We knew it was gonna end someday.
I'm coming in on Monday morning with a damn face tattoo. Just to fight your ass.
You know what? Put a little hand that says number 1 right across your forehead. Number 1, baby.
No, I'm joking. They
Although
do
I think at this point, creating an international beer pong league. Probably, I can't think of anything more germier right now. Is that a word?
Well, you would either go germier or more germy.
You know, they have...
timing is everything.
The cornhole bags, that's televised by ESPN.
Yeah, but...
cornhole, you don't take the bag and suck on it.
I know, but it's a backyard game is what I'm saying.
Every time I've played beer pong in the last 2 years, you fill the cups with water and then you hold a beer and you just need to finish 2 beers by the time the game is over.
Yeah.
See, my problem with beer pong, and I'm not... It slowed down my drinking. I just wanted to sit back and drink beer.
Here's the sentence for today. You don't put your balls in the beer, Tom.
What?
You don't put your balls in the beer that you're going to drink.
As Willie just said.
In the beer,
water in the cups.
There's a cup of water you rinse the balls.
I didn't realize you had to teabag the beer. That's disgusing. No, I really don't want to.
It's rather invigorating, actually.
Really?
I blame myself. Carbonation on your
yeah, feels good.
Okay, you're teabagging the balls.
An Australian outback pub has banned emus for bad behavior and erected barriers to prevent the large flightless birds from creating havoc inside the pub.
What have we learned about problems like this, Tom?
Well, they had to make the law because the problem existed.
That's right, Tom.
Bad emus all in the bar, man.
Now, if you're looking for something to do today, you want to watch a great video, take over, chick.
Rod Hull and his amazing emu.
RODHUL.
Go to YouTube and
One
search.
of Christy's favorites.
I love
Rod
it.
Hull.
Makes me laugh.
He had an emu puppet.
Tears come out of my eyes when I see it.
And it's amazing.
Locals and tourists have been bemused by the antics of this emu.
Yes.
In fact, there are 2 of them by the names of Carol and Kevin.
Damn it, Carol.
Kevin's in the guacamole again, can you?
We've got some Karen complaining about Kevin.
Oh, gosh. This is in Uraka, a remote Queensland state outpost with a permanent population of 18. Apparently, Carol and Kevin have discovered they could climb the front stairs of the Uraka Hotel, which is the only pub. They learned to walk up the front steps of the hotel, which has been causing a few issues.
Very funny. That did not get the laugh it deserved. Of course, it was featured in the Bob Hope, Bing Crosby movie, The Road to Uraka.
We're on the road
to Uraka.
Tom, you'll like this statement. The gentleman, Chris Gimlet, said they're learning to walk up the front steps of the hotel, which has been causing a few issues, especially with the amount of their waste. He solved the problem by stringing a rope across the top of the stairs, and a sign advises customers to replace the rope once they enter because emus have been banned from this establishment.
Okay.
They're not smart enough yet to duck under the rope. Yet.
Who's got the joke? Who did we just talk to last week? I'm losing. Chad.
Yes.
Chad Daniels, yeah.
Chad Daniels. Is it his description of
a kangaroo?
Of a kangaroo. What's his word?
He said we should be calling kangaroo Tyrannosaurus deer.
You know who has all those jokes about big birds? Is Emu Phillips.
Yes, he's very good. Yeah.
And his name also arrives in crossword puzzles constantly.
Really?
Yes, it does.
That's a great
That's
impression.
really good.
Yeah.
One of these days.
I was in Cuba. They speak a different language. It's just like regular Spanish with a lot fewer words for luxury items.
Wow.
There you go.
That's a good joke.
These emus are really causing problems at the Yaraka trailer park. They lean through the trailer doors with their long necks and steal toast out of toasters.
Oh, that's funny. That's so funny.
Can you imagine?
Apparently, Kevin the emu has also stabbed 4 people.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a real mess.
They even will drink your coffee, it says here. Man. All right. That's my Emu Australia story. Hey, and in case there wasn't enough for you to worry about these days, there's trouble now in the world, not of emus, but of witches.
Oh, we've got trouble.
Yes. A group of self-described witches on TikTok have been accused of trying to hex the moon.
Colder than a witch's TikTok, huh?
Let's see. This story features people who call themselves witches.
Yes.
And TikTok.
Yes.
I'm out. So what are the witches on TikTok doing?
Twitter user Hey Eudora claims that a group of so-called baby witches have decided to band together and hex the moon. Others in the field state that the moon fuels spells and provides witches with power.
Right, why would they want to hex
So that move is allegedly ill-advised.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I would think so.
TikTok user who calls herself That One Blunt Witch explained.
What's it again?
Blunt.
Blunt.
Oh, okay. Yikes.
The moon is a sacred thing in witchcraft.
Yeah.
Hey Eudora said the hexers could face either a lifelong curse or a bloodline curse for their actions.
Yeah, they're playing with fire here.
Yeah.
I think the moon's doing a good job. I mean, seen any werewolves lately?
No, I haven't.
No.
Okay, enough said. They're doing a great job. By the way, do witches still use a lot of rhyming?
Yeah, they have to.
Boil, trouble,
during their
bubble.
spells, right?
Like hocus pocus.
Yeah.
Okay, just asking. I'm glad the witches are making the news. Now, coming up, we have fish in the news in the world of science.
Fish.
It's have you seen this?
Hybrid fish.
Really interesting. Hybrid fish in the news.
Frankenfish?
Kind of, yeah. Created by science by mistake. Actually, kind of scary. Coming up, as well as a little bit of history for you today. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Hey, Mark Allison with you on a Tuesday. It's July 28th, 2020. Thanks so much for joining us. Coming up on Wednesday's Bob and Tom Show, our resident geek Jessica Alsman and comedian relationship expert Allie Breen. And then on Thursday, our West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson will be zooming in from Denver, Colorado. When Al Jackson's not calling in with a quiz for Tom, you can catch him on the syndicated television show Daily Blast Live. We're glad you're here on a Tuesday with Kostaki Economopoulos and Pat McGann with his new comedy special streaming, When's Mom Gonna Be Home? You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. According to Sharon Osbourne, she put together Ozfest after Lollapalooza organizers told her they didn't want Ozzy Osbourne because he wasn't cool enough. She made her comments during the upcoming special biography, The 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. It will run September 7th on A&E. Besides interviews with Ozzy's family, the special also includes interviews with Ice-T, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Jonathan Davis of Korn, and Post Malone. Speaking of Lollapalooza, Porno for Pyros will reunite for the first time in 24 years for a virtual version of Lollapalooza this weekend. Perry Farrell will host conversations with Lars Ulrich of Metallica, Chuck D, and other guests. LL Cool J, J. Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters, and Common will make appearances, and performances from previous Lollapalooza will be featured, including sets from Paul McCartney, Arcade Fire, Chance the Rapper, and Outkast. The full schedule will be revealed tomorrow. The virtual Lollapalooza runs Thursday through Sunday on the Lollapalooza YouTube channel. And Joe Jonas is delighted to announce he's a dad, but that's all you're going to get out of him. He and his wife, Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner, announced the birth of their first child yesterday. They gave no other details. Jonas and Turner were married last year. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You don't remember Dr. Frank King?
No, I don't remember Dr. Frank King. What did he do with Sundials?
Oh, he's a 76-year-old fellow at the Computer Science Institute of Churchill College.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he's chair of the British Sundial Society.
How many people are in the Sundial Society?
That has to be the most boring meeting.
I remember we did this story. Isn't the story essentially people aren't relying on sundials as much as they once were? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, he wants to get young people interested in sundials.
Bob and Tom Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 7 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time that saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
I saw her sitting.
Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Very excited. Special guest coming up momentarily, comedian Pat McGann. Right now, anyone want to do a bad Pat McGraw joke? We've got Christy Lee right over there.
Yes.
Looking great today, Christy.
Thanks,
how's the
Tommy.
weather?
Q95, Fox 59. Weather brought to you by CarX. Partly cloudy, look for a high of 82. Clear tonight down to 63. Sunshine and 87 on Wednesday. It's 72 now.
Dew point, please.
Let me look at that.
Don't do that. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I have no idea what's going on. Coming up, a special guest in a matter of seconds.
All right.
Very excited about that. We have, first off, in the big room, we are socially distanced as required. Josh Arnold is over there with his homemade haircut. Looking good. I'm getting used to the short hair, Josh.
Thank you. Me too. I'm digging it. I like it.
Now, Josh is, of course, sitting in the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair. The Navy Federal Credit Union news desk is occupied by the lovely Christy Lee. Christy, everyone's very excited because Christy's wearing her country girl shirt today, looking like just an innocent girl.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening in the barn. Can you go help me?
It's my dream, you know.
More
sweet tea, honey?
I like sweet things.
Sorry. In the next room, about to vomit, it's my son, Willie.
Hey.
Thank you, Willie. Sorry about that. Did I mention Ace Cosby's our engineer and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day? Pat Godwin's over there. And I think through the magic of the telephone, on the track phone hotline, we have a comedian, Pat McGann. Pat, can you hear me okay?
I can, Tom. Good morning. How are you?
Good to hear you, sir.
Yes, hi, Pat.
And this is a perfect fit because Pat is the star of Sebastian Maniscalco presents Pat McGann's When's Mama Gonna Be Home special. It'd be very awkward if he weren't in it.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
It'd be very weird. How are you, Pat? Where are you physically right now?
I am in my car, not too far. I park near a cell tower so I can have the ultimate connection with you. Can you tell we named the special before the pandemic? When's Mom gonna be home? Because now it's like, when's Mom not gonna be home? When's Dad not gonna be home?
Now, what is the premise behind the title?
That's just a question I always got whenever I was solo. Still, when I'm alone with my kids, they always, when's Mom going to be home? When's Mom? It's like, don't you think I'm wondering the same thing? I don't know. I don't. How about this? When I start paying attention to you, she's close.
You know something that is so profound. I'm not laughing because I think I want to get that as a tattoo. I have little kids too. How old are your kids?
8, 7, and 5.
All right.
Which I now that I'm home all the time, I got that down. Got the ages down. I got the names. I could tell the boys apart. It's been we've been capitalizing on being home.
Yeah, I have all these same problems. Occasionally call the dog by one of the girls' names and vice versa. Look at my little girl heart and go, hi, Winnie. Oh, wait a minute. That's the dog. These things happen all the time. So tell us now, what's your relationship with Sebastian Maniscalco? He's a friend of the show, and he's been showing up as a tremendous actor lately.
Yeah, Sebastian's killing it. I mean, so I met him in Chicago when I was a house MC at Zany's Comedy Club, which is kind of like the club in town, and he was selling out comedy clubs at that point in his career. And we stayed in touch. I opened for him when he taped one of his Showtime specials, and then he asked me to come out on the road with him, and then he asked me to kind of be the opener. So last couple of years, I've been riding his wave, just going with him to these incredible venues, selling out theaters and arenas, and it's been fun. So he asked if he could, produce this special, and I was like, this is amazing. He wants to get behind it, and so I'm grateful for him doing that.
Where did you record the show?
We taped it in Chicago at the Vic Theater.
Oh, how cool! Yeah,
man.
Yeah, so
it was a great night, and I'm excited for people to see this. I was waiting for a pandemic and a plague to drop this thing. I was like, let's hold on to it.
Yeah.
I feel like something awful is coming, and then we'll put it out.
I see, good. Pat McGann's When's Mama Gonna Be Home special, as I understand, it's available on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Google Play, Comcast, Spectrum, Dish, DirecTV, Vimeo, YouTube, and of course there are 4,000 other places to find things these days. But Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Google Play, Comcast, and Dish and DirecTV. So it's all out there, and YouTube, so you can check it out.
Yeah.
And now, have you played this for your family? Is this family friendly?
Yeah, it is. It's there's a couple of bad words in there, I think, but nothing too vulgar. I think people could watch this with the fam.
Okay.
Maybe there's a few things. Let's talk about trying to scrape by. I mean, we were broke before this thing even happened. Everybody's broke. And I talk about my wife spending money and just having boxes at our house every day. More than ever, we got boxes everywhere I go. Front door, back door, trunk of the car. She used to ship stuff to her office and launder it through the work bag, just sneaking stuff. And I didn't know what was coming or going. She's playing a huge shell game with me. I'm returning that. That's for someone else. How much is this? I don't know. I got that a long time ago. Before currency? What are you talking about? How much was it? You can never answer that question. Are those new shoes? Yeah. How much are those? They were 30% off. Oh, is that how much they were? They got that down. They got that down in our ledger.
Wow. Once again,
she just loves buying random stuff and hanging up signs on her house. Farm to table. We have that in our kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Farm to table. I was reading that the other day while microwaving pancakes. Breathe. That's in our house. Breathe. It's really? We're that busy? We can't remember. Involuntary. Want to put blink up on the wall, too, if we get tied up? Eat. Everyone has that in their house, right? Eat. It's we know. We're all fat as hell. That should say jog. Go outside.
Our guest is Pat McGann, and once again, the event is When's Mom Gonna Be Home? I can relate to all these things. Are you collecting all the boxes? Do you do the recycling thing? Do you have a closet with?
Yeah, I gotta tear them up. So it's I took in a liquor shipment every day, just in my alley, tearing up boxes. And my hands are all dry because I wash them 1,000 times a day, so they're all chafed. So I just bleed. bleed out in the alley.
I need to get one of those specialized knives they use to break down the boxes.
Yeah, I wonder what those are called. Oh, box cutters.
Yeah,
that's right.
that's what they're called.
Knives, chick.
Okay, that term became rather unpopular.
Well,
a few years
yeah,
back.
but that's what they're called,
Okay,
and
sorry.
thanks for reminding us of...
I don't remember that.
Never mind, I'll tell you.
Good.
Never forget.
Never
I need to
forget.
get into those.
Pat,
That's a good idea.
Pat McGann is our guest once again. His new event is called "When's Mom Gonna Be Home?" and it's lots of the usual outlets like Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Spectrum, Comcast, DirecTV, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do you have a dog?
We do have a dog. Yeah, I got a dog just like maybe a year and a half ago. First time we have an Irish Golden Doodle.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people have probably heard of Golden Doodle. This breeder was like, let's get someone else in the bedroom. Come on, let's mix it up a little bit.
So is it like a red?
Yes, my friend has one. They're
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
This is getting
Just pour some
complicated.
Jameson, so get that ginger in here
Yeah.
and take a shot. See what comes out.
Okay. Well, Pat, we'll be watching once again. It's Sebastian Maniscalco presents Pat McGann's "When's Mom Going to Be Home?" It sounds like it's right up my alley. Once again, lots of places you could find it, I should say. Amazon Prime, Apple TV, et cetera, including YouTube. Thanks, Pat. Look forward to seeing you when this is all over and you can actually be a human being in a room at the same time.
Yeah,
everybody.
definitely. I appreciate that. I can't wait to appreciate having me on and can't wait to get back there. Thanks,
Thank
Tom.
you very much. So long, Pat. Now,
Pat.
we have a couple things to get to from Christy. We have promised.
Yeah, those Irish Doodles are cute.
I've never heard of that one. 'Cause
Fenway is the dog's name. It's beautiful.
The big one right now is that what is it? The
Bernedoodle.
Bernese Mountain Dog
Yes. My niece has one
doodle.
one of those.
A Bernedoodle.
How cute can you get?
Yeah, those are pretty darn
Very
cute.
complicated. And as Willie will tell you, one of our dogs
Doesn't think they're a dog?
has not figured out the dog part of being a dog yet.
Because they're all hybrids now. They don't know how to be anything.
No, this one's just an idiot.
Oh, okay.
It's not a doodle anything. It's just an idiot.
It's a dumdle. No.
I'm a golden retriever, but I'm not gold. What's wrong? No idea what's going on. Christy, speaking of breeding,
Hybrids, yeah.
this is the weirdest story ever. Again, give it a second to hear why. It involves an accidental creation of a fish.
Scientists have created a new hybrid fish, but not on purpose. The American paddlefish, a filter feeder found in 22 United States, U.S. states, states in the United States. Filter feeder. And a Russian sturgeon, a carnivore known for producing top shelf. Anyone?
Top shelf vodka.
Caviar.
Caviar, yeah.
Appear to be completely different fish, which is why scientists never expected them to hybridize. I've never heard that word before.
But that's a great...
Hybridize. Study co-author Attila Mozar and others have been trying to save the Russian sturgeon from extinction.
The Hun, they call her.
Attila.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Attila. That's the
Josh, you're going to have to get out of your seat and look at this fish.
I have seen a photo of it.
It is terrifying looking.
They found that the sperm from an American paddlefish successfully combined with Russian sturgeon eggs in a lab.
Wow.
According to Attila Mozar, who's a man, said we never wanted to play around with hybridization. It was absolutely unintentional. About 100 of the hybrid fish are still alive today. The internet has already dubbed the new species sturtlefish.
The sturtlefish, yeah.
Dr. Mozar and his colleagues intend to care for the existing sturtlefish, but do not plan on making any more. Researchers suspect that sturtlefish, like ligers, mules, and so many other human-made hybrids, are sterile, so they have no value for caviar production.
Yeah, but the good news is a hybrid fish gets great gas mileage.
Yes.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
Well, could imperil wild fish populations, though, if it got out. So
I can't even describe how bizarre looking this thing is.
Well, sturgeon and paddlefish are weird anyway.
yes, paddlefish are really weird looking.
Boy, there are some gigantic paddlefish where I go in the Lake of the Ozarks.
Really?
And they jump out of the water so high, and they're big.
Is that the one that hits people in the face when they're driving real fast in boats?
It can, yes. Yep, because they leap out, they straight up out of the water.
Remember we had that story a few years ago about some guy that almost got knocked out of his boat
Yeah.
like at a high speed by some jumping fish. Yeah, these are worth Googling. They're completely crazy looking.
I heard paddlefish is also a sport that PETA hates.
Yeah, they don't care for it. Yeah,
not like
where you use.
They just hate it.
Yeah,
They got to roll them up and
you use mackerel as oars. Yeah, they don't care for it.
Here's another bizarre story. Officials in several states have noted residents are reporting receiving unsolicited packages of seeds in the mail that appear to be sent from China.
This is a creepy thing going on
Really
the internet.
creepy. Officials are urging the public not to plant them. Ag departments in Washington, Louisiana, Kansas, and Virginia have recently issued statements warning residents that the seeds may be invasive or otherwise harmful to local plants or
Wouldn't this
livestock.
be the great beginning of a horror movie?
Yes.
Yeah, but they're going to plant them in a bunch of Audrey 2s sprout up around your house.
Exactly. People in Utah, Arizona, and Ohio have also reported receiving the mysterious packages. Yikes. Now they're going after us with our food?
Well, there are a lot of things in this international world we live in that for years have been, critters that get in the holes of a boat.
Yeah.
And then you end up getting, I can remember years ago, there would be a foot of dead fish all across the beaches of Chicago called alewives, an invasive species that would just die in thousands of acres of dead fish floating in Lake Michigan. Lamprey eels, all kinds of stuff. And they're bugs that kill all of our trees. And God knows what's in these seeds. But
no joke.
If they're from China.
What the hell happened here?
I don't know.
Why did this happen?
We don't know.
This is bizarre.
This is bizarre.
I mean, it's a
This is an Associated Press story. I read this morning earlier, and I couldn't believe it.
It's a tangible Chinese, like TikTok, I guess.
Can we under the dome China for a little bit?
Just for a little bit.
They're doing something, many things.
They're messing with us, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What was the bee story you had earlier this year? Some kind of...
It's in Washington State. It was on CBS Sunday Morning.
The
Murder Hornets.
The Murder Hornets.
Yes.
The name alone says, I'll pass.
You should see them. They're trying to find, they nest in the ground and it's...
And they kill bees, right?
Yeah, they kill honeybees. Break their heads
Thanks,
off.
Murder Hornets. Gee.
I don't think any of this is going to go away, though, because the world has become so international. So all these little critters are getting over here.
Maybe we should all just stay home for a while. Wait, we are. Okay.
It's working great. Okay.
Hey, a new report's found there's so much fecal matter along the Texas coastline that swimming in the water is making people sick.
Well, all right.
Well, fecal matter from what?
Well, Sylvan Beach Park in Harris County was found to have bacteria levels, making it unsafe to swim 99% of the days that it was tested.
Good Lord.
Well, we got a poop-free day, honey. We can go swimming.
At least 9 other beaches were potentially unsafe on 2/3 of the days they were tested. Environment Texas recommends the state repair sewage systems and act moratoriums for new industrial-scale livestock operations and protect the area's wetlands, which help filter out bacteria and pollutants. So it's not one thing.
Are the sewers just dumping into the ocean?
Must be.
Well, what's interesting is in Texas, part of it touches the Atlantic Ocean, another part of it touches the Gulf of Mexico, and it's called C. coli is what this touches. C. coli. C. coli too long, didn't work. Got it. I'll see myself. Okay.
Set up, was that the problem?
Help, shard.
Shard! Another shard attack.
Dun-dun. No,
Is that tuba?
yeah, tuba, yeah.
Oh, wow, that is, it's a little rough.
Yeah. Gross.
Do the sewers just dump into the ocean?
You asked that. I don't know.
Apparently, and also livestock, it said...
Well, and evidently people spending weekends with their brothers.
Yeah, Lake Ozark.
Look, that was one dump.
Yeah.
And it was immediately catfished up, I guarantee.
And look...
Gosh.
Well, they are bottom feeders.
Tom, it's your fault he's sitting there, okay?
Some fisherman close by. Honey, we're eating catfish tonight.
Gotta get that mud vein out.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Okay, back to you.
Back to me. Isn't it time for a history lesson?
Well, we can start.
Time now for Today in History. Here's the
A lot of coffee, Leonard?
Leonard's been on vacation. Leonard loves nice vacation.
Now, this is an important story. This is an important day in history, but I bet no one's going to get it.
Okay.
Louis Lassen on this date created what is considered to be the very first...
On what date? What year?
Today, 1900, Louis Lassen created the very first belt.
You didn't say the year yet.
1900.
Pill? Was it a pill?
Lassen.
Is it a pill?
Lasso.
Like an aspirin?
No, the very first hamburger.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody's taking credit for inventing the hamburger.
This guy apparently is.
Did it happen? It didn't happen in Germany.
I know.
So I thought. So I'm wrong in assuming it was created in Hamburg.
Yes.
So what did he come up with?
The hamburger.
Didn't ground beef exist?
So he took a patty and put it between two buns. Is what he did.
The Earl of Sandwich invent the hamburger.
Hamburger.
There we go.
Joker, what in the world you dressed up for Halloween? Like a hamburger on to deliver mail or something. What's up with you? You overweight, that's your problem.
That's your problem.
Can't you take a joke? I know you take an order of fries right by now, couldn't you?
That's just sitting there.
Hamburger, look at his feet. Feet so big.
Hamburger. I love that guy. This just says he invented the hamburger. I'm not going to argue with you.
I ain't buying it.
And it doesn't have what year someone thought of putting cheese on it. Great move.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Going from a hamburger to a cheeseburger is big.
Okay. The first zombie movie was ever made in this date in 1932. It was released.
What do they consider? Dr. Caligari, the cabinet of Dr. Caligari?
White Zombie.
Oh, okay. Because they use the term somnambulist in Caligari. And,
Wow, that's a word.
That's where zombie comes from.
Yes, that's right.
I like that word.
I'm going to hit... when I hit chick with a hammer,
yes.
Should I use the blunt end or the ball peen end? What do you think would be...
Oh, no, the smart move is you stand 10 paces back and throw it end over end and just see which end hits.
Okay, I'll do that.
Let fate take its course.
We were friends once.
I know.
Yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know. He stopped coming over to the house.
Well, chicks can... I'm going to give him the opportunity to redeem himself right now.
What are you talking about?
On this date in 1929, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis was born.
That's right. I came out of the womb talking like goo gaga. I like cool cigarettes.
Now, baby Kennedy, I see that rattle is made out of silver.
Well, actually, it's a gold vermeer.
You knew what I meant.
You lousy
Hey.
On that note, we will return
That's right.
with more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
One of my favorite people in the world, Dr. Will Miller. I'm Mark Allison. It is Monday. Pick that Tuesday, July 28th, 2020. Just like that, we lose a day. Lose a day, lose a lot. Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. We'll be right back with things we learned on the show today. Coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Winners in interleague action yesterday. Toronto, Tampa Bay, and the Mets. Yankees at Philly and Baltimore at Miami postponed. American League winners, Oakland, Houston, and Kansas City. National League, San Diego, Chicago, and Milwaukee. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has sent a letter to fans outlining the league's plans to play during the pandemic. He wrote that COVID-19 is continuing to present a major challenge to nearly every area of American life, and the NFL is no exception. They have opted not to create a bubble environment, something the NHL, NBA, WNBA, and soccer have done, with Major League Baseball experiencing many difficulties on its first weekend of play with a plan similar to the NFL's. The National Hockey League reported 0 players tested positive for the virus last weekend. The league says it administered a total of over 4,200 tests. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Cubs trainer now comes out of the dugout, takes
Schwarzenegger's temperature gives the thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's the pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Cueto fields it, reaches for the hand sanitizer, disinfects the ball, and shovels it to first base.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Did you know that a car is stolen every 15 seconds in the United States? I'm Captain Jay Groh, a former law enforcement officer of the year. And I'm here to tell you about the newest and most effective theft deterrent system that's ever approached me with an endorsement opportunity. Let's listen in as these actors recreate a typical car theft.
Hey, look at this nice automobile. Let's steal it.
Okay.
What a nice, clean steering wheel. Let's go.
That could be your car. Yeah. But not anymore. Thanks to the new Jiffy Safe Peanut Butter Anti-Theft System. The Jiffy Safe Peanut Butter System is quick, simple, and effective. You just open the shatterproof jar, dip out a big old scoop of the anti-theft peanut butter, and spread it generously over your steering wheel. Trust me, no criminal wants to touch that sticky goop. Yuck. What a mess. Let's listen to that same dramatic reenactment now that we've applied some Jiffy Safe Anti-Theft Peanut Butter to the steering wheel.
Hey, look at this nice automobile. Let's steal it.
Hold on, partner. Look at the steering wheel. It's covered with that sticky Jiffy Safe Anti-Theft Peanut Butter.
Wow, you are right. Yuck, what a mess. Let's go find another car to steal, and we can buy drugs.
Good idea, friend.
Phew, that was close. Luckily, there's nothing to worry about, thanks to Jiffy Safe. But don't take my word for it. Here's famous big-time radio celebrity Pat Carlini to tell you more.
Hi, this is Pat. If you want to protect one of your most valuable investments, you need to get the new Jiffy Safe Peanut Butter Anti-Theft Car Protection System. It's quick, simple, effective, and delicious. When I'm done slathering it all over my steering wheel, I make a little sandwich for a quick, tasty snack on the run. The Jiffy Safe system is sure to get you lower insurance rates, and your kids will love it too.
Look for Jiffy Safe Anti-Theft Peanut Butter at your favorite auto parts or grocery store today. Remember, choosy mothers, choose Jiffy Safe.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yahtzee!
Yahtzee!
Every time.
Line 8, we have a comment.
Line 8. Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Hey, this is Scoop in Cape Coral, Florida.
Hi, Scoop.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. How are you?
Great. What do you say after sex?
Or what do you hear?
Well, I usually hear silence, but I always tell my wife thank you. But usually that's because it's been so damn long since I got any that I'm like a kid getting that first piece of candy.
I know. I hear you. 9:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Everybody breathe, like the sign says. Pat McGann made a very good point.
He's
breathe, eat, jog. Okay, where were we? Oh, I know. Christy Lee, looking great today. Christy.
Thanks, Tommy.
Christy is in the other room, and she has the update on the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by our friends at CarX. We'll see partly cloudy skies today and a high of 82. There's a slight chance for a shower to pop up. You know, it's summer. That's what happens. Clear tonight down to 63. Sunshine 87 tomorrow. 73 and sunny right now. Dew point 69.
Caught you off guard, didn't she?
She did. Yeah, baby.
With your butt in my hands.
All right. I still don't understand what the dew point is.
I don't either, but I just reported it.
Be quiet.
Just be quiet.
I'm not married. You can't talk to me like that.
Just be quiet. I'm sorry, where were we? Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Chick. I'm Tom. There's Willie. There's Pat Godwin. And there's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Josh, of course, is in the big room with us. The IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair.
Hi.
Occupied by Josh. Now, Earlier in the show, we mentioned how funny it would be if at the Reds game last night they just had 1,000 Steve Bartman cardboard cutouts. It's now a meme, so it doesn't. This stuff gets out there quickly. Yep. Now, where were we, Christy? Did you say you had one more story?
I do have a story if you want, or do you want to finish that?
No, go ahead.
I have an update on Daisy the St. Bernard. Do you remember her?
Nope. This is the St. Bernard that was in England.
The owners of the St. Bernard that collapsed while descending on England's tallest mountain
have died.
Say no. Daisy's recovering well after her mountain rescue. 16 volunteers from Wasdal Mountain Rescue Team spent nearly 5 hours rescuing Daisy on Friday after the 121-pound dog collapsed while descending Scaffold Pike. Daisy was displaying signs of pain in her rear legs and was refusing to move. She pulled a whinny, having decided that she'd simply had enough.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to move.
Poor dog.
All this for a dumb dog?
Says Chick McGee, the biggest dog lover I've ever met.
Well, it's not my dog.
You only love your dog?
That's right.
But Daisy is fine now. She's recuperating very well.
Daisy.
If you know that, you are a cinephile.
You're laughing.
I have another dog story if you want it.
Yes.
A news outlet reports a pet dog jumped out of a car window on a South Carolina highway.
Oh, boy.
And has now been found 2 weeks later, nearly 600 miles away.
What the heck?
Was the person going slow, I hope?
Tim Whitfield, whose 90-year-old mother owns the dog named Belle, says the pet escaped from a moving car near Charleston July 15th.
Where'd my puppy go?
Whitfield I would say that the car wasn't moving very quickly if she's 90.
Yeah.
Whitfield put out a call for help on Facebook.
Dog willingly jumped out of that car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Said he bought his mom the puppy after her dog had recently passed away. Aw.
It didn't replace my husband.
Whitfield learned Sunday that a car from Florida grabbed Belle out of traffic after spotting the animal while traveling to Miami. So
the dog jumped out of an automobile in South Carolina?
Yes.
What would a 90-year-old be doing going to Miami?
No, I don't think she was in Miami.
That's federal law.
The car that found Belle on the highway picked her up and took her to Miami. That's how she was found 600 miles away. But the dog's fine. See, that's where you've got to get your dogs chipped, ladies and gentlemen. Very important.
You also want to keep the windows up so they don't jump out.
Yeah.
Well, I had that issue, you know.
More of an escape attempt.
Yeah.
Get your 90-year-olds chipped, too. Why not?
Well, of course.
Keep track of it. That's a good thought.
Leo likes to hang outside the window, but I took a left turn too quickly one day, and
what's the average?
He flew out.
What's the
What happened?
Leo, all right?
Your dog?
Can we get her dog taken away from her, please?
You're a menace.
He flew out.
Somebody get the DPS on the phone.
No, I was turning out of my driveway.
Hal Mead of movie.
Standing
The dog
still.
flying out the window.
He landed in the yard across the street. He was fine. Jumped right back in the car.
The yard across the street.
Good Lord. Oh, come on. You're fine. Good Lord.
He knows when we're turning left now.
Way to end the show.
What's the average lifespan of a dog?
I told you guys this
Average
before.
lifespan of a dog?
Probably 10, 12 years.
What, 42
12,
years?
13 years. Unless
10,
you're
12
Christie's,
years.
then 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Leo is fine.
12 years average life of a dog?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Getting one for a 90-year-old, that is optimism.
we learn.
There is, yeah.
Might want to make a rattle some in the will. Nothing. What's funnier than mortality?
Things we learned from Grainger. Products keep your facility running is what they do best. 90 years they've been at it. Grainger.com for whatever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What are they? They got dock plates?
Got him.
Thank you, Grainger. Now, let's see, a couple things. First off, Mr. Pat Godwin, no power from 4 o'clock on yesterday. And not because of an unpaid bill, but apparently a tree or something.
And Chick has offered to treat you and Jimmy to a hotel room today.
Oh, thank you very much.
So he'll just get with him, get his credit card.
Can I see you in the hallway,
Yeah,
Josh,
man, sure,
after
yeah.
this show? That'd
Talk
be
about a
great.
movie or
Thank you.
something?
Yeah.
Featured something special today. It's kind of a new feature on the show. It's Today in Sports History. And also today, the new Rut Row game.
That's exactly right.
Sweeping the nation.
The gentleman in charge of health and safety for the Minnesota Vikings has the pandemic virus.
Okay, there you go. Let's see. We loved the fact that Christy was wearing her her outfit that comes right out of the farmer, the traveling salesman, and the farm joke.
Christy, I believe I speak
Would
for
you
men.
like some iced tea, sir? You look
Exactly.
like you're parched.
Yes.
It is thirsty work, lass.
Those trousers look awfully hot.
Wait a minute. I just offered him tea.
I don't know much about underwear. What does yours look like?
Okay, guys, I'll see you later. It's been fun.
You're embarrassing your son. And
What
I
if
don't
Christy
blame
and
you.
Willie hooked up? That'd be good for the show.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with you?
And then Willie declared today on the show, we were discussing the nature of pornography and how the delivery of this particular item has changed in contemporary culture. And used to be you had to go get a projector and learn how to run it and join the AV club. Then Willie said, well, I've been watching porno on my phone since I was 13.
How about that?
Yeah.
Under your roof. Under your roof.
Okay.
That's only partially true. Phone porn didn't really peak till I was 18 or 19, to be honest.
Okay, great.
Okay. Josh knows what I'm talking about.
And now here's Willie behind the scenes.
Oh, Father, I'm so tired of being an alley cat.
We had a great talk with Kostaki Economopoulos. He was talking about various fears and phobias. There actually is something, the fear of bums is called hobophobia.
Yeah.
Who knew? And there's actually a fear of phobias called Phobia.
Phobophobia.
Phobophobia?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
5 or
And
6
if you have some
home
free
runs.
time, you want to watch the Norwegian Elvis Presley. We call him Cage Elvis. Or Shelvis. It was great.
There's Norway, you won't like it.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's very nice. And check out Pat McGann's When Will Mom Be Home on a TV near you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.